Welcome to the Ball and for God podcast. I'm your host, Russell Conwell, alongside Travis Severin. Today we've got here at Joe's Pizza, and it's snowy out still.
Snowy out still. Joe's Pizza and Pasta here in Benton, Illinois. We're at a different location. We've done 11 shows, and this is our 9th location.
It is. We'll be back in the hostage room here soon. It's just,
yes, the weather.
This weather, but the hostage room is our home.
It is.
But this is, we had to come here. It's one of our sponsors, and they opened up the doors and let us come in here. Offered some free pizza.
Free pizza. It's been fun. They gave all the guys drinks if they wanted. Grady Furlow does an awesome job up here. Joe's Pizza here in Benton on East Main.
He also manages Marion.
He also manages the Marion store. One of our big sponsors that, Player of the Week, and exciting. All these guys get a gift card and a Player of the Week shirt.
Yep. Well, Travis, since, we're getting into the show fast, let's talk about who's going to be on the show today. And then let's get into Trivia Thursday after that.
Yeah, the show was good, man. We had Kevin Smith on with us. He is the head basketball coach at Thompsonville High School, also the FCA director now, leader there for Thompsonville High School. A lot of fun with him. Class of 1986. We learned he was class of 86 from Thompsonville. I'm class of 96 from Benton. And then our next couple guests, we had Anthony Lowery, the head basketball coach at Waltonville, class of 06 from Waltonville. And we had Witten Devor with him. They were a lot of fun. It was really enjoyable having them. And then, Russ, who'd we bring it home with?
Zach Snow and Maddox Gulley.
Yep, Zach Snow and Maddox Gulley came on. Zach Snow from Carterville. I just saw those guys last night when they played in the BIT championship. Benton won that game 55-51. It was pretty sure, right?
Yep.
Yeah, a really good game. Zach actually made all-tournament team at the BIT. Maddox had a really good tournament too. Those guys were a lot of fun also. It was just an enjoyable show. We missed a week. We had the BIT live show a couple weeks ago. The BIT took 2 weeks because of the snow. It's not normally a 2-week BIT. But we did a live show, last week. And it was good to get back together with you and Doc Young and do a show and have guests, man. Without the guests, we don't have a show. And the guys, we appreciate their busy schedules, whether they're coaches or players, referees. It means a lot for them to come out and be with us. And you, the viewer. Without you, we're nothing.
Yeah, and so now that kind of segues into our Trivia Thursday for this week. And I'm just going to hit you guys with it straight. The trivia question is, how many conference championships have the Carterville Lions won while being part of the River Conference?
Boys basketball.
Boys basketball. They started out in the Mississippi when they first joined. Then now, the past couple of years, they've been in the Ohio. So the question is, how many regional, we're not getting there yet.
Not yet.
How many conference championships have the Carterville Lions boys basketball team won in the SIRR?
Yep, Mississippi or Ohio. And I can tell you this much, Trivia Thursday is brought to you by the one and only All Stars and Stitches, located at 418 East Main Street in Benton. Big Dave said they specialize in screen printing, embroidery, banners, signs, decals, promotional products, uniforms, shirts, hats, jackets, school letter jackets. Give them a call. And, Russ, what's that number?
618-435-555-555.
What is it again?
618-435-555-555.
Hey, that's All Stars and Stitches serving Southern Illinois for 35 years, my Lord. My dad's been open that long. 35 years, go see him, 418 East Main Street.
What year was that?
A long time ago. I can't do math. It's a long time ago, Russ. It's 2026, so that'd be
91?
what? 91, yeah, 1991. Wow, what'd I do to go back? But, yeah.
Were you in 8th grade?
Depends on what part of 91. Went into high school in 93, so, yeah, 7th or 8th grade.
What was it kind of like with being around the business when you first started it?
Oh, I could tell you this much right now. My dad started off as All-Star Trophy. He started off as All-Star Trophy in my parents' garage. My dad is a very hard-working guy, and he's never met a challenge he wasn't afraid to go after. And my dad started All Stars and Stitches. It was called All-Star Trophy. It was started in my parents' garage. They made trophies, and then a few years later, they moved on to the square and started All Stars and Stitches. And then eventually to the location he's at now, just right past us, just a couple blocks down, man.
East Main.
East Main, 418 East Main. It's wild to think how much things have changed, but yeah, Big Dave, he's Big Dave Severn. He's an animal.
He is.
One of a kind.
Getting it done up in Central Illinois for us too.
He's trying in Springfield, man. He's trying. I don't know. We better pray for him. This is a interesting state to be involved in politically.
Yep. Well, now let's get into our guests, and appreciate for you guys to continue watching and really dig in, because these guys were real fun to be with.
Had a lot of fun, man. Russ, we always have a lot of fun, and it's a pleasure. And I say this every week, but it's an honor to get to do this. These young men, older men, all these guys that come on, they do an awesome job.
We talked about it on the show. I like the variety that we get in here. I mean, we talked about 1986 graduate, 1996, 2006. And then we got current guys, and I just graduated last year. We get some variety, and I like it when we get variety, because it allows us to hear from different perspectives, and it gets multiple people in to listen, and maybe even stick around and listen to another guy.
I was impressed with all of these guys talking about their relationship with the Lord. That was really cool today, man.
Kevin Smith's story really touched me.
Kevin Smith's story is, if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, talking about his daughter.
Well, I'm beyond. I about teared up.
I mean, I'm not lying, man. I didn't know his story at all. And when Kevin Smith told that, I was like, wow, man. I mean, she changed the guy's life as a 4-year-old. No, it was awesome. It was awesome. I'm amazed each week the stories we hear from people, and that's why I like doing this, man. I mean, when you and I got together a few months ago, you know, and I love sports, but the real life stories, that's what makes the show. To me, it's what makes the show. Got to talk about FCA.
Yeah, I asked him
FCA, the 4
asked him a
FCA.
question, and I didn't know he was going to answer that. I thought, you know, and then.
I was impressed with the guy,
Yeah.
very much.
Well, we'll see you guys here in a second with Coach Lowery and Witten Devor, and thank you guys for tuning.
Peace.
Welcome to our first segment of the show. It's a couple Waltonville guys here. You know, we've had a lot of Midland Trail people on the past few weeks, but now it's Waltonville gets their turn again. And, you know, just introduce yourselves, talk about this past week. I mean, you guys played 2 South 7 opponents. Just talk about the season and everything.
Yeah, so my name is Anthony Lowery. I'm the head coach at Waltonville. Graduated from there a long time ago. And, yeah, like you said, this weekend was a great weekend for us. As a 1A school, you know, we try to schedule up quite a bit and make our schedule as difficult as we can. But for a 1A school of our size to be able to play, you know, at Marion and then on a back-to-back go and play Centralia at the Peterson shootout, you can't ask for more. You know, I get to go against 2 of the best coaches in Southern Illinois, bar none, and Coach Gillespie and Coach Bennett. And, you know, for me, selfishly, that's going to make me better. But I know playing that caliber of opponent is going to make these guys better. And that's my goal every single day, no matter what we're doing, whether it's practice, whether it's a game. You know, we were lucky enough to play Carterville earlier this year. We played Carbondale this year, Highland. You know, it's something that benefits our guys, and you can't measure how much it does. And so real thankful to, you know, Mr. Gadiski and Coach Gillespie for giving us that opportunity Friday night. And then for Coach Bennett to agree to play us again at Petersonville 2 years in a row. It's been huge for our program. And I definitely think the Spartans got better this weekend and able to come out with a win on Friday night. And, you know, a good battle last night with Centralia. And so, like I said, school of 90 or so,
That's nuts.
You can't really ask for more. For a
90
weekend
or
like
so.
that, especially at this point in the season.
Witten, just introduce yourself to everybody, because you're a junior now, and in my opinion, you've taken on quite a bit of a leadership role, I mean, more than a lot of people probably expected. I mean, I talked to a bunch of the Waltonville guys over there, and you've really stepped up this year. Talk about how it is this season, stepping into the point guard role and everything.
My name is Witten Devor. I'm the point guard from Waltonville. Stepping into the role, I mean, I've played point guard most of my life since I grew up, so it's kind of came natural. But, I mean, stepping in that role, it's not easy. Being out there playing great competition like Carterville, Centralia, all those big schools. But, I just got to do what I can out there, do the best I can.
Do you play football?
No.
Okay, can we move you to Benton? I mean, this guy's got a 19-inch neck.
Yeah.
I'm making him the fullback and middle linebacker for Benton right now.
Oh, he's
I mean, this is
he's
UFC in the future for this guy?
He's a workout warrior, man. He's always in the weight room. He's strong, and his center of gravity is real low. And yeah, like you said, he's really stepped into that role for us. Obviously we lost a player over the summer, and that we kind of had ticketed for that point guard role. And at the beginning of the year, some people kind of thought that that's where we would struggle, that we maybe not be able to handle pressure, who was going to be able to knock down some outside shots for us. And this guy, man, he works his tail off every single day to improve on all those aspects. And I'm glad you brought up the leadership part of it, because that intangible stuff that doesn't show up in a scorebook is something that changes your team. And I really think a lot of the credit for our success this year came because of this guy sitting next to me. And so, something we're really proud of, and something we hope that he continues to build upon, because next year he's going to be even more important to us. And he does a great job of really adjusting game to game. There's nights where I need him to guard a kid like that's sitting over there, and maybe his offensive numbers don't look as pretty, but he does, that doesn't bother him at all, because that's what it takes to win. And I got a lot of guys that are willing to do that, so it makes my job a lot easier. But his leadership qualities are off the charts. He just does it by example, and he does a great job of that.
I won't get into. It's kind of like at Benton. We'll talk about the team down the road. I won't get into the situation about a certain player that doesn't play it. That's not what we want to talk about. Yeah. But you had a void there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in your mind you were thinking,
Yeah.
That's a tough role to fill, and he's done a really nice, amazing job.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people kind of left us for dead, even people in our own community. And I knew what I had, and again, like we're as soon as it happened, we're over it. It's the guys. We've dealt with injuries this year, and the next guys up have done such a good job of just not worrying about points or statistics or anything like that. And that comes from our leadership, and that's Witten, that's Gage, that's Jagger, that's our seniors, Weston and Riley and Brendan. All these guys have started some. They came off the bench some. They just play the role, and as a coach, you can't ask for more. This group is together as I've ever had, and they play for each other, and that makes it fun for me because I don't have to worry about any kind of egos or anything like that. And like I said, as a coach, you can't ask for something better than that.
What's it like playing in the Midland Trail right now for you guys?
It's a nightmare. I'll let him answer that here in just a second. But you kind of talked earlier about not just Waltonville and Woodlawn and Weber. Wayne City's got a good young group, and Patoka's got a good young group, and Grayville's got a unicorn that's tough to guard, and you just go up and down the list. The teams they're just loaded, and so. Which is great, you want to be challenged. Luckily for us, we only have to play our conference opponents once, and we're getting rid of the conference tournament, so we can kind of get some uncommon opponents. But having to play Weber twice already, having to play Woodlawn twice already, that's not a cakewalk, and it's not something that is easy when you step off the bus. You got to bring it, and our conference is in a great place because of it. We got some great coaches and great players, and 1A basketball is in a great spot right now. And so he can kind of expand on that, because as a player, I'm sure it's difficult to prepare for as well. But I just try to get them as prepared as I can and stay out of their way, because they do it all out there. I'm just standing on the sidelines. So.
Well, like he said, it's definitely tough, but some things that help us overcome that, I feel like, is like we grew up playing together since we were, I don't know how big, 3-4 years old. So they're family out there. It's just got fun going out there playing with your friends. So that's how we just put our faith in each other, and we just go out there and try our best.
Here's my thing. I follow your guys' games, see your scores and everything, but. What I've been impressed with, everyone knows Gage Peterson. They know that name. He's played, AAU basketball. He's a big name out there. But you guys have done a really nice job. Like Coach was just saying a minute ago, it's a different guy every night. You score 6 against Marion, you score 25 against Centralia.
Yeah.
You know, it's been different guys that fill that role every night, not just Gage 20 a night.
Yeah, our balance is so much fun to coach. You know, and a lot of that, again, comes from the leadership that they have on the floor. But Gage is sometimes too willing of a passer. But they all, like I said, he doesn't care about his stat lines either. You know, he just scored 2,000 point, and you know, and this and that, and gets all these accolades and stuff. But he doesn't care about that. You know, in fact, we're gonna kind of honor him Tuesday night for setting our school record and stuff, and he will hate every second of it because he'd rather everybody talk about the team win. And so when you got a leader like that, and these guys, like I said, it's not just him. None of them seem to care. You know, as a coach, you have years where you feel like, okay, well, this kid's mad because he only had 4 points tonight, so I gotta have to try to do something to make him feel better about that next game. And so I don't even think about it. I don't look at those scoreboards that got the points on this, which I think is the worst invention on the planet Earth. Our guys don't pay attention to that. Like, and it's not always been that way. So all the credit goes to these guys, man. They just play for each other, and winning the game is more important to them. And that's all these guys. You know, just making that decision that we want to be a special group. We want to do something special this year. And all the credit goes to them.
So what's it like to be a part of the Waltonville the past several years? You guys have been won 2 back-to-back regional titles, correct?
Yeah.
What's it part to be like that team and be around the community? Because every time I go to a game, all the stands are packed. I mean, even
Seems like everybody in the whole town are these days.
Yes, no doubt. I mean, even whenever we went up to Woodlawn to go cover, it seemed like everybody traveled up there. Snowstorm was getting ready to come through. I mean, what's it mean to you to be a part of that community?
I mean, it's just great having, everybody there to support you. It makes it so much easier out there on the floor. Just knowing you have the support from everybody. I mean, your families, your teammates, your coaches. So, it really just makes it much easier on us out there not having to play under stress to prove anything to anybody because we're always going to have their support.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, as somebody who played in that community as well on a very successful team myself, our following is second to none with not very many people there. And maybe that's part of what makes it so important to the people in our community, is that we're so small and close knit, and everybody just kind of rooting for everybody. And sometimes it matters a little too much to some people sometimes, but for the most part, man, it's usually a positive thing. And for these guys, kind of walk around like celebrities, but for them to stay as humble as they are in our town is really an impressive thing. Because I remember playing in it too. You know, you feel like every day you're going through interviews with people. You know, people are always coming up to you to talk to you and talk about basketball and our success or our failures or whatever. And but for them to be able to handle that and still be as humble and as kind as they are is an impressive thing. And that a lot of that credit goes to their parents. That goes to our other teachers in our school. It goes to their bond as brothers, and it's an impressive thing. And so to be a small part of that is fantastic for me. And going forward, I hope it continues.
Yeah, I will say, like, just talking to some of the guys. I was on the phone with Gage the other night, and very rarely did he ever talk about himself whenever he's talking about the team. And it's just, I don't know. That's why I always tell people I really enjoy covering 1A basketball a lot, because there's some teams out there like Carterville. They clearly love to play with each other and they don't gloat about themselves. But really at 1A basketball, you don't have to worry about that at all, because all those 1A schools like Weber, Woodlawn, Waltonville, they seem to really care about each other on the team, and it's just fun to get to cover those guys that care about each other, because just the atmospheres and everything around it. It's so much more fun to be there for that.
Yeah, no doubt. I think a lot of that goes to the fact that these guys have been in the same classrooms every day for 8 hours for 12 years. And so, a lot of times a bigger school is you kind of split up a lot more, especially even at an early age, but because you have to.
Sure.
If you got, I don't know how many, you got some schools that we're playing that have 200, 300 kids in their class. And, I graduated class of 26. And so I know everything about everybody I graduated with, and I still see them every day and talk to them every day here. And so maybe that's part of it, and it's something, it's a blessing that a lot of people kind of think, that might stink and not like that. But I think it's the best thing in the world. And I think that has a lot to do with why these guys are so close. Not just that, their character as well, but that's something that helps it for sure.
My youngest one's a freshman, and last year when he was in 8th grade, my dad made us go watch
Weber Woodline.
Yeah, Weber Woodline. You were at the game, and I wanted Brody to see that atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, Blake McKay who we've had on the show here just a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting behind us, and Brody doesn't know who that is, and I knew who he was. And I go to that game last year, and obviously Marlo, what did he do that game? Did he break some record? He broke the Weber scoring record that night.
He broke the school record.
Broke the school record that night, and I'm not joking.
36 with no threes.
You couldn't even get in that gym. I mean, It was just packed to the and I don't think people even like basketball. They still went to the game.
Yeah.
I mean that's the nice thing about.
Dr. Young was there.
Who was?
Dr. Young.
How did you
Austin.
get him to go?
I just told him, let's go.
Why is he not here today? Where is Dr. Young?
Car battery.
Car battery. I'm unbelievable. He probably hasn't been to bed yet. But that is the cool part for me, that I think, even these guys last night got to play in an atmosphere, BIT championship last night. I grew up in Benton. It's a humongous gym. It seats 3,000 people. When I was growing up, it sat 4,000 people. Then we put a weight room in. It still seats, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that atmosphere, when my son was a junior, the Bree Central Benton game, where there's people hanging around the rafters. I don't know if you got a chance. Grady, I know you were at the game. Russ, you were at the game. That's something that I hope these kids never take for granted, what they get to play in. And you guys are seeing it every night.
Yeah.
I didn't see the crowd. I just saw some of the highlights. Like Marion, Walton, how was the crowd there when you guys played them Friday night?
Yeah,
Good crowd?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite gyms in Southern Illinois, just because of its layout.
Yeah.
There's so much room there, but somehow it still feels like there's people right on top of you. And that's probably because I would say that place was 90% full on a Friday night against a 1A team. It was loud. Their student section's fantastic. Their band's fantastic.
Their student section's probably bigger than your high school.
Yeah, it is. It is. We even talked about that. How their one side where they put their student section probably sit as many people as our whole gym does, and so it's cool atmosphere to be in things like that. We played in the Highland Shootout, which was packed to the ceiling, and part of that is you want these guys to not be afraid of that situation. And so then when you play in even bigger moments in the postseason, it's not too big for them. And so, last night against Centralia, again, I feel like we had the biggest crowd of the night, and Pinckneyville played right after us. And so we have a great following. We're blessed in that regard. But Southern Illinois basketball all around is just fantastic. It's the passion that everybody has for their towns and things like that. And it's in a positive way. You don't really hear about people getting into arguments or fights or things over things like that. And I think once you kind of boil it down to who has got a chance to make a run, people kind of start to root for each other from down here. And so it's great to be a part of that. And so I think that's a positive thing for our student athletes. And going forward, I think that's something that they can all benefit from.
Yeah, I would agree with everybody rooting for each other. I mean, I remember when our Benton and Meridian went up to state. I mean, you guys probably were kicking yourself. You guys wanted to win, but
That's all right.
But I mean, I'm sure. I remember everybody. I remember Marion posting a video on Facebook. They were just sending everybody a good luck that was going up to state, and it was just. I love it whenever I see that. I mean, I think that Southern Illinois basketball, especially watching old videos from the early 2000s and 90s, it's just. I think it's one of the best things in the U.S. If I'm being honest, I love it. It's
special.
It is special for sure. I mean, Southern Illinois basketball. I mean, it. Because the way our state is, obviously, you go north of I-80, it's a different world. You go north of Effingham, it's a different world. And down here, we all just kind of have each other. I mean, that bond is sports. And obviously our show Bond for God, a lot of it is people, our faith too. Is a big part of it. With the Lord, but sports down here, man. I hate to say this on here, but it is kind of a religion. I mean, it really is. I mean,
it is.
I mean, it feels. I felt like I went to a church service last night. Now, who committed the intentional foul last night? Which one of you? I thought it was you. Yeah, because one of my buddies is standing right next to me, and when that happened, after I went nuts, he said, "Hey, we do have church in the morning." But, I was going.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. I was just wanting, I know. I just wanted to get the call because I thought I put the game out of. I thought I put it out of reach if we could get that right.
Yeah.
No, I know you didn't. It wasn't much of an intentional foul. I was just begging for a call. I was trying to get Garrison to give us a call there.
It's worth a shot. All you can do is ask.
Hey, we talked about this obviously with Coach Smith. Postseason stuff's on. It's coming soon. Conference championship. I mean, when you sat down with these guys before the season, what were some of those goals? I'm sure that's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had some unspoken goals really this year. I mean, we've been close. We've been so close for 2 years, and 2 years in a row losing to a tough Meridian team, and like the fire in these guys. I mean, we didn't even really have to talk about it. The main goal is to take that next step at least, and try to win a sectional instead of just be there. We talked earlier about our subsectionals a nightmare, but that is what our schedule has tried to get us ready for, and so it's the conference championship last weekend was a big game for us, but I think we kind of all just assumed that's something that's a given. Like we didn't really need to talk about that. That's something that's always going to be a goal of ours, and so. These guys as individuals don't really talk about goals. They don't. I've not heard one kid on our team talk about what they want to average this year, or anything like that. And so, as far as team goals go, I mean, we got some tough games down the stretch here to try to get ready for that gauntlet that we're going to have to run through in our subsectional. But when I got guys, leaders like this. There's no goal that's out of sight for us. So he may be able to expand on that, but we're in a good spot. I like where we're at, and so this past weekend it was something that really gave us some things that we can kind of focus in on and try to improve upon, and I think we're in a better place and we're ready to go.
I'd say one goal that we definitely do take away is improving after every game, because you want to improve so when it comes to postseason, you're ready for the opportunity.
What do you take from these? I mean, obviously I look at your schedule. I know you played. They're a 2A school. I know you just played back-to-back 3A schools. I know the conference is a 1A conference, but isn't like a 1A conference. I mean, nothing against you guys, but I look at Woodlawn starting 5, and they're all about 6'3" to 6'6".
Yeah,
they're huge.
Yeah.
And you guys obviously figured some stuff out from the first time you played them.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about getting better every game. How important is that to have to? I'm sure you guys study film.
Oh yeah.
Is that something you're into? I mean, do you watch to get better?
I mean, yeah, we watch film. Also, I know most of the guys on our team, we always go back and rewatch the games so we can see, what things we could still work on and what to improve on. So I'd say that's just a big part is, being prepared, running through, like, the other teams, like, plays and stuff like that, so.
Well, and one thing that we're blessed with is the competition level at practice is off the charts for us right now. We got, obviously we got several super talented players, but they're competitors as well. And so, we'll have practices where they're walking out the door like, hey, you got me today, but I'm going to get you tomorrow. And so when our practices are as difficult and as competitive as they are, it makes it easy for me because the games sometimes end up easier. And so as a coach, that's what you're looking for. And the leadership we got makes sure that happens every day. And if it's not there, the leaders are say, hey, we got to pick this up. And so it's fun to watch them go at each other every day in practice. And honestly, every injury we've had this year has came from practice.
Talk about practice.
So hopefully that's all behind us. But a lot of that is because of who they are as competitors and as leaders.
Yep. That competitiveness is actually something I was going to ask about. from my perspective, the identity of the team's kind of been that competitive and defense. I mean, in my opinion, that the defensive performance you guys had against Woodlawn that second time was one of the best defenses I've ever seen watching. But is that kind of the identity for you guys, or what is it for you guys that kind of keeps you rolling?
I mean, I feel like that's what I focus on this year. You know, I know I got guys like Witten and Jagger and Gage and all these guys that can put the ball in the basket. So if we can be great defensively, offense is going to find itself. And so I spend most of my time trying to figure out what's the best way to stop the other teams. And, you know, I think we've given up 50 points, I think twice. Last night was the second time all year.
Wow.
Which is something I'm really
To
proud
state
of.
ranked 318.
Yeah. So that's something I'm really proud of. You know, we've played some unbelievable talent. You know, and so it's something I'm really proud of as a coach is our defense. But again, you can't be great defensively if your team isn't willing to sacrifice.
Yeah.
To be great defensively. You know, I have somebody that nobody ever talks about. His name's Riley Stewart. And
You called him the glue in some article.
Yeah. Him and his little brother, I don't think they know if they've scored this year because they don't care about it. But, you know, Riley guards the other team's best player, whether it's a point guard or it's a 5. I mean, he can guard anything, and that's what he loves to do. And he's not once been like, hey, coach, why don't you give me the ball every once in a while, you know? And so he is our glue guy.
Definitely not my kid.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and the great thing about him is I can bring his little brother off the bench and he's the same way. Like he hit that. Our whole team has really bought into being great defensively. And like I said, you know, Witten had 25 last night, and he could do that every single night. But there's nights that I need him to guard one of these guys, you know.
Sure.
And
Who'd he guard from Marion?
House.
Yeah, he had the house
Tough
kid.
matchup.
Yeah, and so
Mackay House?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Athletic.
Yeah, maybe he's pretty good. And so, and I'm pretty sure didn't he guard Gulley against Carterville? And so, you know, like I said, in those games, his point total may be a little bit lower, but he's willing to do that for our team. And I got 15 guys that are willing to do that. And when you got that, you got a chance to do something special. And you know, I'm terribly sad that this season's almost over.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see what they do in the postseason this year, and their comfort level is going to be so much higher. And yeah, so defensively, that's definitely our makeup. That's definitely our MO to winning, and you know, something as a coach that I am extremely proud of.
I want to know what that is on your sweatshirt. What's that stand for?
3 nails. It's a cross.
I knew what it was. I just wanted to.
Yeah, actually, about a month ago, I was able to be at his baptism. That's something
Really?
that I was really proud to be a part of, and you know, it's became really important to him. We go to Central there, Mount Vernon.
My boy goes up there sometimes. He loves that church.
Yeah, it's awesome. They do
Yeah.
a great job up there. You know, and it was a special moment for him and his family, and I was glad that they invited me to be a part of that, and something that he should be really proud of. And so, yeah, it was a great thing to be a part of, and to watch him grow in that regard as well. Not just a basketball player.
When did you say that happened? A few weeks ago?
About a little over a month ago.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Is that where your family goes? You guys go to church there and everything?
Yeah.
That's like a city.
It is. It is. You know, Friday and a couple services on Sunday. There's a lot of people that come through there. And it makes it a special place. You know, you see a lot of faces from all around the area that you know, kind of they come together there, and you know, John does such a good job up there, and so.
I think Coach Weimler goes up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen them there several times, and yeah, so.
I knew he went there.
Yeah, it's a special place, and it's great to see him be a part of that. And a lot of our students have started to come up there as well. And you know, we started at FCA there. At
I was
our
going to ask
school.
you. I didn't know if you had an FCA or not.
Yeah, Coach Walker, our baseball coach, he's really spearheaded that thing. And you know, like I said, it's a school of 90 kids. I bet 60 or 70 of them are in it on every Wednesday. Yeah, and so it's not just our athletes. It's called Fellowship of Christian Athletes, but it's the majority of our students, and so it's a special thing to be a part of. And Our cooks go through a lot more styrofoam boxes than they used to, and so which is a great thing, and they're happy to do it as well. And so, shout out to Coach Walker and all the people that are involved in that. And so, great for all of our students, not just our athletes.
I just have one more question. I just want to know, did you guys foul or not against Goreville?
I was afraid.
After we talked about FCA.
Hey, listen.
I had to zip it in there somewhere. I just had to get it.
The answer to that question would be yes, because the whistle blew.
Okay, there we go.
And so, there's no going back and changing that. Anyways, there were 15 other things we could have did down the stretch of the game to win that game. So, and we didn't do it. And so, Coach Tripp did a great job and came out on top. And so, that was not.
What a game, though.
Yeah, it was.
I hate that it comes down to that. That was a great basketball
and
game.
that's the thing.
You were at the game, weren't you?
Yeah.
Our entire season has been like that. You know what I mean? And like I said, we're scheduling Cartervilles and Carbondales and Marions. And so every single game, we got to stay locked in for 32 minutes. And, it's a shame that one came down to that. But, my goodness, I went against Coach Hawkins, Coach Holder, Coach Bennett, Coach Gillespie, all these fantastic Hall of Fame coaches.
You've played 3 South 7 schools this year.
We're doing.
I didn't even think about that. I forgot you played Carbondale.
Yeah, 2-1 against the South 7. And then
school of less than 100.
Yeah, and we got to be a part of the Highland Shootout. Which is
who'd you play up there?
Highland. Yeah, we played them. And so, we're blessed. And all the credit goes to the players that I've had come through the program. They've completely put us back, where it was a long time ago, and I couldn't be more blessed to have these young men come through the program.
Yeah, obviously, you got 30 games in a season for a reason, and I think that game helps you way more than it hurts you. And obviously, you'd like to get the win, but that is going to help you so much to show, hey, we don't quit.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, and that's something. A game like that, you hate it in the moment. But I think it lit a fire in some of our guys, too.
I agree.
For us to get through the gauntlet of January that we did with one loss, that's unbelievable. And I would attribute, not only that loss, but the first loss to Woodlawn as things that really just kind of just gave them a little bit of a jump start, because they are extremely humble, but they are competitors. And those things, they bothered him, and so it lit a fire, and for us to have the January that we did, you couldn't ask for more, and we're ready for February and hopefully deep into March.
How do you guard Nathaniel Marlowe?
You hope that it's one of the nights that he's not out of this world. Now he's a tough cover. Like I said in an interview, I don't know if you saw it, but as a competitor, I'm going to miss him, but as a coach, I'm glad that he is walking across the stage and getting a diploma, because that nightmare's over.
All 4 years.
Hopefully, yeah. He's got, almost 3,000 points. A lot of those came against me. So it'll be good to see him in the stands next year, but his little brother's coming along just as well, and so all you can do against him is shrink the gaps and just make it as tough on him as you can, and hopefully in the fourth quarter he gets a little bit tired and maybe he misses a few of them. That's about all.
You guard him straight up or gimmick him?
We guard him straight up for the most part. The first time we played him, we tried to throw a double at him here and there just to make him uncomfortable. And the second time we played him, we just kind of try to shrink the gaps and stay up the line a little bit and just make it a little bit tighter. And once we adjusted to that, we did a good job against them the second time.
Do you like playing against guys like that?
No.
No, it's okay. He's honest. I'm sure that's difficult. I faced some guys when I was playing this.
So you're class of 06. Who are the guys then?
Well, my career was ended by Lucas O'Rear.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so there's a name for you.
With the Northern Iowa guys.
Yeah, that one was
through 93 mile an hour.
Yes, he was tough to say the least. But there was a Sloan kid from Galatia that was pretty
Derek
good.
Sloan?
Yeah,
Derek Sloan.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in forever. Remember that name?
he was tough. There were several.
2,200? Was that about where
Russ
he
right
scored?
here. Rain Man.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I remember, my senior year, Vienna had the Thompson kid. He was pretty tough.
Thompson went to SLU.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like 7 foot tall?
Yeah. Goreville's team was loaded, as they always are. They had
always
Brandon
are.
Rogowski. He's one of my best friends. He was really talented that year. But, the list goes on. Salem had a good team.
Who was the guys on your team that year?
Adam Katowski, John Cash, Josh Rawls, Brandon Spatansky, Cullen Shack. We had a ton of size, and if our point guard was a little bit better, we would have maybe had a better chance. And in the 2-class system, though, it was tough, and I think that's maybe why 1A's kind of gotten a little bit better.
It has. It's part of it. It has.
When I was a kid, I know there's a lot of people that kind of hate the 4-class system just because of what it's done to the state tournament sometimes. But when I was a kid, you almost had to go to, a Pinckneyville or Nashville or something like that to have a chance to make a postseason run, because we could have played Nashville's team, with Lucas and they had a York kid and Kostecki. Yeah. We could have played them 100 times, and we would have lost to them 99.
Well, Rear was built like a
my gosh
man.
Yeah, he was a middle linebacker out there, and actually he was our quarterback, and he was awesome at that too.
Stud.
He was good at everything, and so
his brother still coaches at Nashville.
Yeah, and so it was so tough back then, and I think a lot of kids that maybe were teetering on, hey, should I just go there or should I try to stay here? I think a lot of kids have started to stay.
I think it's helped. It's definitely helped 1A basketball.
Oh, for sure.
Look at what happened at Waltonville and Woodlawn, Cesar.
Yeah.
Those schools, this is no knock on anybody, but the amount of times they've been able to make it to a state tournament,
Yeah.
One of the best Benton teams ever knocked out a Cesar team that if they wouldn't have had to play Benton with JoJo Johnson, those guys
Right.
were unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was a tremendous team in '92 that if Cesar would have been 1A, they probably could win a state championship with those guys.
Yeah.
But obviously it was a 2-class system then. And,
It made it difficult for sure. My junior year we lost to Adam Egemeyer and that Steelville team that was loaded. So, in Pinckneyville sophomore year, it was a nightmare. But so 1A's in a good spot, and I think the passion around 1A has grown, because we have an opportunity to maybe make those runs. Whereas, when I was a kid, it was like, we won 28 games and we were playing great basketball, but then we knew all roads led to the game against Nashville, and it was tough. It was next to impossible, and so everybody knew that's probably where it was going to end, and that's where it did.
Hey, we got to make sure we mention here, we're sitting in Joe's Pizza. We've got Grady Furlow right over there. And Grady is I make up your title every time. I'm saying the CEO of Joe's Pizza in Boston, Benton. I don't know. Perfect. I'm sure the Tropianos will love that. But we started this about a month ago, and was he our second or third winner? It was our second winner. Our third winner is right over here.
Yeah.
Witten, you won. And I'm just proud of myself because, see, in Benton, people with your last name have an E on the end, and we call it Devor.
Yeah.
So about 50 times people are like, it's not Devor. I'm like, I guarantee it's Devor. Like, no, it's Devor. So it's Devor, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll never screw it up again. I'll probably call you Devor again.
Yeah.
But that's an honor. You win Joe's Pizza and Pasta Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. We had a ton of votes, man.
Yeah, there was about 400 plus votes. There was
All right, so your phone, I'm really proud of yourself for just going on there and voting.
there's like
Your mom's phone, your dad.
there's a lot of views on it. A lot of people saw it. It was he had a really good week. It was week against when you guys beat Weber for the second time, and who'd you guys played
Crab Orchard
Crab.
and who else did we play that week?
I don't even remember.
Crab Orchard. Fisher Watts probably took 75 shots.
He can shoot.
He can shoot. Fisher Watts can shoot.
Did we play
His
Highland
brother's
that
still on
week
the team
too?
if he
Was it
graduated.
Saturday we played Highland?
It may have been this
Last
Saturday
year's
we
when he
played.
won.
I think we might have played Highland that week too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had a ton of threes that week, didn't he?
14 threes.
Yeah.
Not bad. 14 threes.
Yeah.
Averaged 19 points per game, 3 assists.
Yeah.
Had 23 right in that game against Weber.
Yeah.
That was 23 big points. And obviously, you guys won 67-60.
Yeah.
It was just, I
I'll get his shirt out for him.
Nice.
better make sure what size he wears.
He's a brute. You a large?
Yep.
All right.
But I don't know. It's
Look at this, guys.
I usually have a guy that's I usually pick in my own head, like who I think the player of the week will be, and so far all 4 weeks. It's
You
actually
Look at
hit it
this.
on-
There he is.
yeah.
There he is, man.
Well, and that's what's great about him is when he has those weeks. I mean, he's also really fun to root for. You know, sometimes you get some of these.
And his gift card.
Yeah,
His gift
yeah.
card.
Some players, you know, have a little bit of an attitude while they do that, but you know, he leads by example every time, and you know, he's. I think people from other communities like to root for him and as well, and so
He's Joe's Pizza
Thank you.
Pasta gift card there, Russ.
that's a win-win.
Shameless. I'm a shameless promoter.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, so I think that was probably a big reason for his votes, not just his statistics, but because of who he is on the court.
Oh yeah,
and all.
that's what goes into it, especially like what they show, not just on the stats, but the leadership or like just even stepping up in those big games. I mean, I thought he played really well, especially in the one game I saw that week against Weber. It was real fun to watch. He's been real fun to watch all this year, especially watching him against Centralia last night and
Yeah.
all the games I've got to see of you guys. It's just been a real fun team to watch. I mean, like you said, a lot of people were wondering what are they going to do without Kyle, and I think
He said it. Russell said it.
But
It's like saying West Frankfurt or
And-
Pinckneyville.
Yeah, believe it or not, he's the first person who's brought that up this year. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
But I mean, I think you guys have shut up a lot of those people that have
Yeah.
been saying that.
Yeah, and that credit goes to these guys. You know, he loves the big games, and all of my best players do. It seems like the bigger the opponent, the bigger the game we're playing, the better that he plays, and you know, it's something that we have to keep challenging them with. You know, next Saturday we're gonna be over here at the Rich Herring Classic.
You are.
And we're gonna
Playing
play
against Nashville.
Nashville Hornets, and so the gauntlet continues. And these guys wouldn't want it any other way. Yeah, we could kick back and play an easier schedule maybe, and
Doesn't get you ready for the postseason.
No, and so I would rather, you know, take the chance that maybe have a loss here or there against these great teams that we've played this year, and be ready for a postseason win anytime. And you know, and so it's this season's one to really be proud of, but we got a long way to go. We got to keep improving every day so that we do make sure it's a special one.
Awesome. I want to know why you're a Titans fan.
Just,
He's got a Titans hat on, folks.
Honestly, bad luck. I started watching football at a certain time when you know, Eddie George and Steve McNair were going to start their run, and they just moved to Nashville, you know, a year or two after that, and so I was stuck. And unfortunately, it's not been a lot of fun, but we've had some years here and there. And
Frank Wycheck.
Yeah, I love Music City Miracle. All my Buffalo Bill fans buddies will appreciate me bringing that up. Yeah, sad part is that's one of the few great moments in our franchise's history since moving to Tennessee. But hopefully, there's brighter days on the horizon.
New coach.
Yeah, new coach, new offensive coordinator,
Cam
new
Ward.
quarterback. Yeah, so I've seen this movie before. I'm gonna try not to get too excited about it, and we'll just see how it goes.
New stadium,
New stadium,
coming. New stadium.
Gonna host the Super Bowl here pretty soon.
Wow. Let's go down to Nash Vegas.
So yeah, I just don't count on playing in it, but at least we get to host one. We'll see. Closest we'll get, maybe.
If you guys win the state title this year, we'll all go to the Super Bowl.
You buying? You heard it.
Dave
You heard
is.
it.
Dad?
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciates that. Yeah, that's good.
Well, we really appreciate you guys coming on, taking time to come up here, and we just wish you good luck. As we'll probably catch you guys a lot more this year. I know me and Travis will both be there at the Benton Shootout.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to make the trip up to Riverton again. And
Who do you play at Riverton?
St. Joe Ogden.
Woo!
Yeah, just another one.
It's another ranked school.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, no, they treat us
St.
so
Joe
well
Ogden. We're
there.
not talking about them, do we?
it's a really. Last year I went up there mainly. I saw Benton was up there, and then I saw Waltonville was up there. I wasn't able to go up there for the Goreville game, but when I went up there, it's become one of my favorite shootouts
Oh,
now.
they did first class up there. They do such a good job. Their gym's awesome, and their ability, you know, it's so late in the season, so they really get to wait and see like who really needs to play who.
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah,
far
for
as
sure.
their matchups, and so their matchups are always fantastic. And so for us to get the chance with St. Joe Ogden, you know, I know Woodlawn's going up there,
Yeah.
Weber's going up there, so there's going to be a lot of our areas.
We got to play in it last year, and it was a really cool experience.
It
Yeah.
was. It was prime time last
Who'd
year.
we
So-
beat? Williamsville, yeah.
Yeah, which was a great game. And
Was a
so,
good game.
that's another one we're looking forward to. Another one of our 5,000 shootouts that we're in. Not that many, but
No, everything's shootouts now.
Oh, I know.
Everything has changed so much.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you said 86, 96, 06. So much has changed with
Yeah.
high school. Not to these guys, 'cause it's normal to them, but
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have.
yeah,
We even had shootouts when I was in high school.
yeah.
easy
You
for
weren't
me.
traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't traveling that far and staying the night. And
No, there was no staying the night. I mean, a couple years ago, we went to Kentucky on a trip. It was unbelievable. We played in
Yeah.
Louisville one night, then we played at what was the name of the place?
GRC.
GRC. I mean, it was unbelievable.
George Rogers Clark.
George Rogers Clark. We played there a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was
Those are awesome opportunities for our
they
kids.
sit like 8,000.
And it's great because a lot of we're at Highland and all the big schools were there to watch
yeah,
some of
yeah.
those kids, and so it's an opportunity for our kids to be in front of some eyes that maybe otherwise
It could open doors for him in the
That's
future.
what I'm saying, yeah. And so there's eyes on him and on Gage and Jagger and all these guys that have aspirations, and it's easy for them to come watch 8 games in one day at one spot rather than say, hey, I'm going to go try to watch this school of 90 kids on a Tuesday night, and that's 7 hours from my school. That's difficult for them. So it's an opportunity for them, and the best thing for me is I like uncommon opponents. I don't want to play the same team 6 times in a season. Right. I get schools that everybody's like, well, where's that at? And so they get their Google Maps out and stuff. And so I think that's awesome for the kids. And hopefully, my biggest goal is not only for them to learn life lessons through basketball, but when they're my age and they're sitting around like us three have just sat around off camera, and they get to talk about these memories. That, hey, remember we played that team, and where was that at? And they had that kid. What was his name? They can sit and have those memories with each other, and have that bond, through adulthood. That's one of the best things about high school sports.
For sure.
I like the convenience of the shootouts.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah, sit in one spot, you get,
I mean,
get a lot of
how
footage.
many games did you shoot yesterday?
I shot 3 yesterday,
Yeah.
and at Benton this week I hope to shoot maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I get a lot.
I forgot Weber's playing Carlisle over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
Carlisle just beat Sparta by 20.
yeah. It's gonna be a whale of a game. Yeah.
I,
Yeah, this shootout's gonna be next Saturday. Anybody who doesn't have anything to do, this shootout's loaded this year. It's
early
gonna be
morning to
Rich
every
Classic,
game is
baby.
great matchups. They did a great job of getting this organized.
I was
this year.
glad when Ron got Lawrenceville, Goreville, you
Yeah.
guys Nashville.
Yeah.
I thought that was a big.
He did a great job
Yeah.
with that. There's gonna be a lot of interest, and a lot of eyeballs on that game.
That
on
Goreville
both those games.
Lawrenceville will have a lot of people watching.
Oh, for
Obviously,
sure.
you guys in Nashville.
Yeah.
How do you guard the first Joe's Pizza and Pasta Player of the Week, Maddox Ritzel?
Just another nightmare to
can't
add to
tell
the
people.
list. Yeah, yeah. I will have something for him.
He's built like
for
a
sure.
college fullback.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's- yeah,
Solid kid, man. He's got a beautiful shot. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, you know.
yeah. He's tough, and so
Not just him. They have a very,
Oh, yeah.
like you guys, a very complete team.
Well-rounded.
You
Yeah.
guys have played them.
yeah, they're tough, and so it'll be another battle for us, but one we're looking forward to, and
Yeah.
it's gonna make us better for that postseason run.
Well, we really enjoy you guys coming on, and we'll catch you guys here soon.
Yeah, thanks guys, appreciate you.
Appreciate it for having me.
All right, welcome to our second segment of the show as we got Thompsonville head basketball coach. They just won 3rd place at the GEC tournament. Just do a little recap of how the season's going and what the team looks like.
Yep. Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it. We're doing okay this year. I think we're at 13-10, I believe, maybe 12-10. I'd have to go back and look at the scorebook, but we did. We had a tough loss in the semifinals to Hardin County yesterday afternoon, then came back last night and beat Gallatin County. Boys played really well, especially defensively. Held Gallatin County to 30 points. They're a very good offensive team, and we held them to 30 points last night. Didn't play very well in the 4th quarter. We had a 15, 16-point lead at one time in the 3rd quarter and wound up winning by 7. Kind of had a bad 4th quarter, but the boys hung on. I told the boys in the locker room, I said, a pretty loss or an ugly win's better than a pretty loss any day of the week. But we got the win, got 3rd place. So seeded 4th in the tournament, finished 3rd. So boys had a pretty good tournament.
Russ, you didn't even have him introduce himself.
Forgot to have him introduce yourself.
We want a full bio right now.
Full bio.
My name's Kevin Smith, a high school basketball coach at Thompsonville, alumni from Thompsonville, graduated in 1986. played basketball there, played on some very good teams, especially in junior high. Our junior high team only lost one game our 8th grade year, got 3rd place in state. Some of the guys, you might probably heard Matt Hampelman, longtime girls coach at West Frankfort.
I used to hate to guard him playing at that Frankfort grade school on that blacktop behind Frankfort grade school. He would just punish me. He would just punish me because all I wanted to do was shoot and run my mouth. He would just punish me.
Well, we had a really good team. Mark Fitch, who was my assistant basketball coach, and now he's helping his son Coleman Fitch at DuQuoin. He was one of the guys we played with, and I say I played with. I got to play with them. They were a lot better than me, but we had a good team and did real well. Was blessed with some great coaches growing up. Our junior high coach, a man from McLeansboro named Kurt Endicott, really disciplinarian from that, Coach Dave Lee, Coach Kurt Reed. Family tree there in McLeansboro, and he coached us, did really well. Had a couple really good high school coaches there at Thompsonville. Our head coach was Doug Creel, who's a longtime coach at Mount Vernon High School.
Yeah, he did okay.
He's done okay.
He's done okay.
Yeah. And he was there. His first 2 years coaching was at Thompsonville right out of college, and just blessed to have him as my head coach. One of our assistant coaches was Mark Motzinger, who went on and had a great career. His dad, Virgil Motzinger, the longtime boys coach at SIC, and Coach Motzinger, Mark Motzinger, my coach, was women's coach at SIC and went to the national championships at Hutchinson, Kansas, different years, and then had a stellar career at Carrier Mills High School as high school basketball coach. So I've been really blessed with some great basketball coaches there at Thompsonville. Graduated in 1986 and raised my family in Thompsonville, married 2 daughters, and coached junior high there in Thompsonville for many years. Got away from it so I could be a dad, watch my girls and their sports, and a few years back, the school approached me about getting back into coaching. I did as an assistant coach for Kurt Reed when he came over to Thompsonville, and for the past 5 or 6 years, I've been blessed to be the head coach there at the high school.
I got to say something real quick, though, because I know Mark Motzinger in a different way. I used to go to church with him, and he used to play Jesus. Did you ever know this?
No.
Mark was all ripped up.
Yeah,
They owned a gym, and he was a big musclehead.
He is.
And I used to go to Friendly Church of God. It's not even called that anymore. It's All Nations. And back in the day, we used to have a Easter drama, and he would play Jesus, and he was the most jacked Jesus ever. Mark Motzinger.
We used to joke, our weight room at the time back when I was in high school, which I say weight room, it was basically a bench press with a barbell, and so a few dumbbells. But we'd go down there, the boys would to the left, and you'd see the weights on the barbell, and you're like, well, Coach Motzinger and Coach Creel's been down here working out.
Hey, they're both still workout fanatics.
Yeah, they are. But 2 great men, 2 great Christian men. And I'm proud to call them my coaches, and I've learned a lot from them through the years. And still try to stay in touch with them. Just saw Coach Motzinger the other day, and but just been really blessed, really blessed.
So for you, you've been getting back involved, and you retired recently as a mail carrier,
I did.
right?
I spent 31 years with the Postal Service, and it was a great career for me, great retirement, and I retired last April, about 32 years in. And I've coached for 6 or 7 years, and it made it really hard being a head coach, not being able to be in the school. Sometimes I'd have to I've even had to miss a few games due to my job. And, it wasn't fair to the kids. I even talked to the school administration about that, and they're like, we want you to coach. So we made it work, had some really good assistant coaches that I leaned on a lot. But now that I'm retired, it's made it so much easier because now that I'm retired from the post, I say I'm retired. I'm actually working more now than I was when I was at the post office, but it's a good busy, and I'm substitute teaching at the school, and I'm there in the school just about every day. Started the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, not started it, they were doing it, but I've took that over this year. But there I'm in the school every day. But yes, I worked for the federal government there through the Postal Service for 32 years and retired this past April.
Here's something I was going to ask. I had a chance last year. I have a son that's a freshman, and he wanted to watch a lot of the junior high stuff last year, state, different things. Talk about some of those kids you've got that part of your program. Now, they were fun to watch last year.
Yeah, they were.
Did they get second in state?
They got fourth. They
Okay,
lost
fourth.
to Cairo in the semifinals.
Oh, God, Cairo's like a high school team.
Yeah, they are. They were really good. And then they got beat, I think got upset maybe by Opdyke Bellrive in the 3rd place game.
Okay.
But they were very good. They had 8 boys on that team. 6 of them are playing high school basketball. And a couple of them, one of them starting for me on the varsity, but Ronnie Duncan.
Okay.
Riley Mullins, our 8th grade coach, Rhett Mullins' son, he's getting some playing time. And the others, The other 4 that are playing, Xavier.
Rhett's an intense dude.
Yes, it is. Very, very much so. Yeah, great guy, wonderful man. The other 4, Liam Tucker, Xavier Herminski, Keegan Kempf, and Carter Alexander, they're all coming along, playing some JV ball. Got 14 young men on the team. Our numbers are a little down there. We only have 84 kids in the high school right now. So
Wow.
About 40 boys in the whole high school. But we got 14 young men on the team. Only 1 senior, Liam Reagan. He just scored his 1,000th point about 2 weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Wonderful Christian young man. We rely on him a lot. He's our senior leader and captain. Got 5 juniors, 3 of them that have started for 2 years now, Mason Marino, Mace Ridgway, and Lucas Blades. A couple other juniors that are starting and playing a lot, Logan Matheny and Braden Gaither. And then also 2 sophomores, Jameston Pritchett Mayberry and Grayson Clark. And that's our 14 guys. But yeah, that freshman class that were 8th graders last year, they got a chance to be really special.
Could you say all those names again backwards?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you just named
Sure.
every boy in Thompsonville High
Yeah,
School.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. No, but that freshman class you mentioned, they got a chance
They
to
were
be
fun to
special.
watch.
Yeah,
They were fun to watch.
They are. They're great kids too, and that's what I tell everybody. It's not always been like this, and as coaches, Coach Lowery can probably attest to this also. So, I almost hate to say this, but some years, almost glad when some of the kids graduate out of the program. But for this year especially, these are great kids. I have to kick them out of the gym. They are, gym rats. They don't cause me any trouble. They're not problems at school. I mean, they're high school boys, but for the most part, they're really good kids and fun to be around, and just a real blessing to be able to coach.
Russ, talk about that. You were excited to have Coach Smith on about FCA and what he's doing at Thompsonville.
Yeah, so you were telling me on the phone, we've talked a couple times, and talk about all the numbers that have been getting in there, and then also Liam, you said he was a leader, right? And just talk about how his impact on the team really helps, and also just the FCA helps the team.
Yeah, well, we did. They brought FCA back there at the school a year or 2 ago, and a couple of the teachers there at the school, they were running it. And so last year I approached one of the teachers when I retired from the post office, and I started subbing. My daughter was working at the ROE at the time, so she got me all set up to help me get all my stuff done to be able to sub. And so I started subbing the end of April, 1st of May last year there at the school before the end of the school year. And so one of the ladies that was in charge, you probably know her from church, Dana McKinney. She goes out there to Whittington Church. And her and another lady, Leslie Pryor, who also has a daughter here at Benton High School, they were doing the FCA. And I approached Mrs. McKinney and I said, I've just retired. I'm starting to sub out here. Anything I could do to help with FCA, I would love to help. I've always been part of that as far as helping with the power camp here at the middle school in the summers. And just going to the fundraisers at Wren Lake or Mount Vernon, wherever they are, with the guest speakers. And but I've never been had my hands in the mud, so to speak, of there at the school with the kids. Because of my job, couldn't do that. So once I retired, I went to Miss McKinney and I told her, I said, I'd love to help, just be a part of it any way I can. If you need help, I'd love to do it. So she said, okay. She goes, it's May now, we're wrapping it up for this school year, but she said, when school starts back up in August, let's get together and talk about it. So when school started back up, actually it was right before school, we were having a summer open gym conditioning thing there at the school. And the boys were in the gym playing, and I was in the old gym talking to someone, and I saw her walk by, and I said, hey, remember we talked about FCA, if I can help? And she said, yes, would love that. Well, she came up to me about 2 weeks later and said, I've got so much going on here at the school, would you consider just kind of running it this year? And I said, well, whatever you guys want me to do. But I said, yeah, I would be happy to do that. And so we've been meeting twice a month. Now, the weather, we were supposed to meet this past week, but the weather got us. But having a great turnout. I mean, like I said, we've got 84, 85 kids in the high school, and they're not there every week, but we've got over 40 kids. Almost half of the high school are coming to FCA, and it's just been well attended. And I tell the kids, I know FCA, it's about athletes, Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Sure.
But I tell the kids, I said, even if you're not in a sport, if you're an athletic supporter, I said, have you been to a game? Well, yeah. Okay, you're a part of FCA.
Counts.
I don't want to, keep anybody from being a part of it that wants to. And we've had a great turnout. And the great thing about FCA, the way it should be, in my opinion, is it needs to be student-led. And we've got a great group of kids there that have led out. We've got a young lady, her name's Macy Crawford. She's led out twice now. Liam Reagan, one of my basketball players, he's led out once. And a bunch of other kids there in the school. I shouldn't start naming names because I'll miss somebody. But we've had a great group of young people lead out each time we meet. And, this last time we met about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and Macy, the young lady that led out, it was about peer pressure. And she had scripture verses to help the kids, dealing with peer pressure. And we talked about that, about peer pressure from your friends, from your boyfriend or girlfriend, and just different aspects of pressure and peer pressure. And I told them, I said, as adults, we still face peer pressure, it seems to be most people when they think of peer pressure, they think of, junior high school kids. But I told them, I said, it don't stop when you walk across that stage of graduation. But we talked about that, and especially being in high school, though, and the pressures that kids are under this day. So that was the last week's lesson. But I love what FCA stands for and what it means, and growing kids, discipling them for the, part of the church, and for God's kingdom and serving the Lord. And I just love that about FCA, and proud to be a small part of it.
I know Bob Pankey very well.
Yeah.
I mean, Bob and I have been friends a long, long time. Obviously, he was started off, 8 years ago. I remember when he was getting the job, we met, actually, it's funny, we used to meet in Joe's Pizza. That's where Bob and I used to meet, right here.
Yep.
And obviously, I've been in sales since I came out of the womb. I'm a Severan, so it's kind of in my blood. And so Bob, I would kind of help him with talking to, getting names that people, could reach out to with FCA and stuff. And, he started off just thinking he was just going to be an area rep.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's moving up, and he's state director.
Yeah.
Then he's like Midwest. I mean, he was all over the place. And he started off, he was just going to be, just kind of certain few counties here, And then he had the entire, I remember when he took over Chicago, it was a huge deal because, you're talking, several million people up there.
Yeah.
And so many high schools within 5 miles of each other. But I always like this. Bob actually, he's become the lead pastor at Whittington, and he actually gave this today. I had no clue that they were going to give out he gave out bracelets to everybody in the church.
I've got
they
mine.
gave those out today. And I like this because it makes it simple.
Yeah.
It makes it easy to
Yep.
be able to talk to somebody.
Yep.
Talking about God loves you, sin separates you, Jesus rescued you. Will you trust Jesus?
Yep.
I think as human beings, I know how it is. I work in the car business. It can be a very interesting world that I'm in. We like to complicate things sometimes, but it doesn't have to be so complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going back to I go to church at First Baptist Church Thompsonville. I'm the education director there. My wife's the secretary there at the church, and myself and another lady, we oversee Vacation Bible School. And in Vacation Bible School, it's the ABC: admit, believe, confess. It's that simple. It's that easy.
I have to do it like 20 times a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grady he knows, he's seen me in action.
But yeah, that's, to draw people in and to have people as believers to come to know Christ as their Savior. But then, our pastor's out of town right now, but our associate pastor that gave the message today, he said, it doesn't get easier when you become a Christian. It gets harder. He was preaching out of the book of Job today, and about it gets harder, and it does. As believers, it's not easy. And I told my Sunday school class that today, that one of my biggest fears as a believer, and I fail sin all the time, is I don't want to be a stumbling block to somebody else. And to me, that's one of the hardest things about coaching, is because sometimes you get so wrapped up in the game, and sometimes, I like to say my head explodes, and you get so upset and mad, things aren't going right, whatever. And I try my best, and I think Coach Lowery does a great job of this, of staying calm, cool, and collected, even because how you are as a coach, that's how your players are going to be. If you're out of control and acting crazy, your players have a tendency to do the same thing.
I didn't coach like that, did I, Grady?
But sometimes as a coach, I feel like I can be a stumbling block instead of a help. Because that's, to me, basketball coaching is a microcosm of life.
Yeah.
And I tell my kids all the time on the team, we have rules for a reason. You may think my rules are silly, and some of them might be, but they're rules, and you have to follow them. We had one of my better players, he missed a practice over Christmas break.
We're talking about practice?
Yeah. Overslept. And so, I told him, I said, hey, you know the rules. And, I really could have used him in the first half of that next game, but I set him out because, you miss one practice, you're going to miss part of a game. You miss second practice, you're going to miss a whole game. Unexcused absences. Third one, you're off the team. That's one of my rules. Be there. And, but I tell my guys all the time, as competitive as I am, and as much as I want to win, if we're playing checkers right now, I'm going to do everything I can to beat you. I am super competitive, but I tell my kids all the time, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, nobody's going to remember if you won a conference game on a Tuesday night in the middle of January. They're not going to remember that. But what they are going to remember is, are you a good husband? Are you a good father? Are you a good son? Are you a good employee or employer? That's what people's going to remember about you. And that's why I try to teach them life lessons and to help, and their parents do a great job of this, but in my small part of it as a coach, to try to help them to become better men. So when they leave our program, that they're better men, better human beings. And I'm not trying to displace their parents because their parents do a great job of that. But in my realm of things as their coach, I try to set expectations for them and rules for them and, try to have them to understand why we do what we're doing as coaches.
For you, how
We going to take an offering now?
I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
You can ask anybody in Thompsonville right now. Will
preach
tell
too?
you.
You preach too?
I have a couple times, but anybody in Thompsonville that's watching this later, they will tell you that's Kevin. You get him started
it's good.
talking, and he won't shut up. So go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
So
No, it's good stuff, man.
you talked about earlier whenever you were playing and you had the coaches pouring into you, but
Yeah.
where did it really start for you and your foundation with God? Then how has that carried into your coaching career?
Well, I got saved when I was 13 years old, going to a little country church outside of Thompsonville, and realized there's the Holy Spirit working on me, and started talking to my mom about church and about why we go to church and salvation and that type of stuff, and week after week after week going to church out there, Mount Zion church, just right south of Thompsonville, and boy, I felt like that preacher was preaching to me every day. Felt like he was staring right through me every Sunday. And next week. Finally, one Sunday, I got up and went up front and, asked to be saved, and he prayed with me. And I wish I could say after that it's just been all fairy tales and roses and all that, but it's been tough. My college years, young adult years, my life, for lack of a better word, was a train wreck. I wasn't living for the Lord. I say, but I was not living my life the way I should. And a lot of dark days there in my life, things that I wish I could go back and change and things that I have regrets. But you know what? That's helped me to make me a stronger Christian now, looking back on my failures. And I still have them every day, still fail and falter all the time. But I would say as a young adult, it's weird how God works in your life. I'd been going through a lot of difficulties, and my dad, my parents, I was raised in a wonderful home. Mom and dad and a younger brother, younger sister. They were both great athletes at Thompsonville. I was not a great athlete. We kind of joke, my brother and sister are on the wall of fame there at Thompsonville. I'm not, but they both are. I always joked with them, I helped you guys so you guys could be on.
Yeah, but who's coaching now?
Yeah. But I just had a great home life. But as a young adult, and life was messed up, and been through a divorce, and was a single dad, and had custody of my 3-year-old daughter, and wasn't in church at all, out of church. And I remember my dad telling me one day, son, you need to get back in church. I'll never forget that day as long as I live. And then not long after that, my dad and my parents have since moved to West Frankfort. They live in West Frankfort, right by the park.
Don't tell anybody
I
that.
know. Well, that's...
Honestly, we can't say West Frankfort on this. Just kidding.
They live right by the park. And I was walking around the park one day there exercising, and old friend of mine, hadn't seen in years. We played basketball together at Thompsonville. He was teaching a Sunday school class there at the church I go to now, and I hear somebody yelling, Kevin, Kevin. I look back at him, he's running out towards me, and he's like, hey, haven't seen you in forever. I want to invite you to my Sunday school class. I was like, okay, yeah, great, thank you, just going about my business. It wasn't a week later it's our current pastor now. He was a deacon at the time in our church. He come out to my house with the new pastor at the church and introduced me he said, hey, I just want to introduce you to our new pastor. And then I had a third person, 3 people in about a 15-day span and I was like, okay, God, what's going on here? It's like, God was trying, hello. And I'll never forget that for just me and my daughter. And I decided I'm going back to church. And I talked to my daughter about it. She didn't know what church was. She's 4 years old, never ever been to church in her life hardly. I bought her a dress and, single dad, bought her a bow, put a bow in her hair and all that. And she's so excited. And we're sitting, I pull in the parking lot, scared to death. Scared to death. What's everybody going to think about me? The church I used to go to, now here I've not been out of church for so long. What are they going to think about me walking back in that building? And if it was not for my daughter sitting in that car seat in my truck next to me saying, Daddy, Daddy, I was literally sitting in the truck with the truck running, about ready to put it in drive and pull out. I was that scared. And if it was not for my little girl saying, Daddy, 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 let's go, let's go. She was so excited. And so I took her in and...
Changed your life, man.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
She, they say about how kids can sometimes change a parent. And if it was not for her, I honestly don't know where I'd be at today. But that helped me to realize, Kevin, you're not living your life the way you should. And I try to pass that on through FCA and through my basketball team, and I share my testimony with them. Be better than I was. Don't be like me. And I teach a Sunday school class there at our church, young adults. And I tell them all the time, you are so much better right now than what I was when I was your age. Keep being better than me. Keep growing in the Lord. Don't walk away from it the way I did. But that day when I pulled back in that church parking lot, I was going to pull out and leave because I was scared to death. And that was Satan working on me. But I stayed, went out, went in, and that church loved on me. And I'm proud to say, been there ever since, got remarried, have a second daughter now, and just a beautiful family, beautiful family. And we're expecting our first grandchild coming up here pretty soon in a couple months. Our youngest daughter married, and so we're excited about that. But God is good. And that's the thing about God, His mercy and His grace. He never gives up on us as individuals. Amen. When we fail Him, when we sin, when we're not living our life for Him, He is still always there. I've always heard the old saying, if you don't feel as close to God as you once did, guess who moved?
You did.
It's not God. He's not moving. And I try to remember that in my life, that when I don't feel like I'm walking in God's footsteps, it's not God's fault. He's perfect, but it's my fault. But anyway, that's what kind of steered me back into my, and so many people along the way talked about former friends inviting me to church and things. And I think that's what you don't have to go thumping your Bible at people. Just give them a smile and, hey, how are you? And maybe a hug. You don't know what they need that day. I'm not saying no, don't ever use your Bible, but sometimes that turns people away, that holier than thou, thumping my Bible at people. People just want to be loved. And I think that's a big problem. And here I go again on my soapbox.
When will we do the altar call? Are we going to have an altar call soon?
I think that's a huge problem in our society today. People just want to be loved.
Yeah.
And
we talk about this all the time. Obviously, having a dad in politics and stuff, I don't talk about that stuff on here. I actually, when Marlo was on with us, I told him, I said, I think that's one of the biggest faults of our country is if we would just talk to each other,
Yeah.
I could be Republican, you could be a Democrat, independent, I don't care, gay, straight, Muslim,
Yeah.
Christian, everywhere in between,
Yeah.
but people won't just talk to each
Yeah.
other.
God created every one of us.
He did, and I'm not trying to get into discussion on what's sin, what's not sin,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think so much of this thing. I mean, these guys.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to talk to one of these players here soon. A couple of them on the show. I mean, I have a 14-year-old. I have an 18-year-old. You know,
Yeah.
Russ, you're 19, even though he looks 35. You know, this has changed. Like, people don't want to talk to each other.
Yeah.
They just want to be social media warriors.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I think I follow a lot of statistics. I've always liked sports because of statistics, but a lot of statistics show that people are wanting to be talked to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're open to someone to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And
take
that's-
time with them.
Yeah, and a lot of people, and I'm not, criticizing any parents, but a lot of times, the parent with young kids, the TV becomes their best friend, with their
yeah.
kids, instead of spending that quality time with their kids. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with them watching, but, to me, people want to be and need to be loved.
They do.
And that's a big, and I try to get that, and I tell my basketball team all the time, yeah, I'm hard on them. Yeah, I've got kids there in the school that won't play because they just don't want to play for me. I try to think I'm a new age coach, but I also have a lot of old school in me, and that disciplinarian tough, and my practices aren't real easy, and I get on them.
Life's not easy, man.
No, and that's what I get on. I get on the kids, but I also tell them, I'll be the first one to get on you, but I'll also be the first one to hug your neck and tell you I love you. And I do. I had a kid the other day that, going through some stuff there, and I just went up to him and said, "Hey, I love you." And it had nothing to do with basketball, just life. And to me, that's the greatest part about coaching, is the relationships you make, especially after they have graduated. I've got a list of all my former players in my phone, and I think my former players would tell you, Coach still contacts me, "Hey, how are you doing? How's things going for you?" And I try to stay in contact, and that list grows longer every year, but I don't care. I love them. I tell them, "You're all like my sons." And I mean that. And I do anything for them. One of the greatest things, it wasn't a great thing, but it meant a lot to me. One of my former players, it's been a few years ago, from back when I was coaching junior high basketball many years ago. He's now a grown man with kids of his own. I've been coaching so long now, I'm coaching kids of who I coached their dad in junior high many years ago. That's how long I've been coaching. But one of my former players really going through a rough patch. I heard a four-wheeler pull up in our driveway one day, and I walked outside, and it's one of my former players. And with tears in his eyes, he says, "Can we talk?" And he and I get emotional, but he and I went out in my garage, and I bet we was out there for 2 hours. Just had a couple lawn chairs in my garage talking about life. And to me, that's the greatest part about, I love to win. Be great, to, have championships and all that stuff. But to me, the relationships you make with your players, and when they're your former players and they still, call you coach, and it may be 20 years ago, and they're riding a four-wheeler to your house to sit in your garage and talk about the struggles they're going through in life and saying, "Coach, what advice can you give me?" That's really special to me as a coach. That makes it all worthwhile.
I got something for you. I mean, not to switch gears on you, but Russ gets to see a ton of 1A basketball.
Yeah.
He can go anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
I have a contract through Ron Weinmiller. I have to go to every Benton basketball game. So I'm just kidding. I see a lot of Benton basketball.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know we're going to talk to Coach Lowery
Yeah.
in Witten today.
Yeah.
And in Waltonville basketball, we've had a lot of guys on. We've had Woodlawn guys on. We had, obviously, Nathaniel Marlowe from Weber on a few weeks ago.
Gage.
What's that?
Gage.
Yeah, with Gage Peterson on. Obviously, he's been on a couple times. How crazy is 1A basketball this year?
It's really good. It's really, I try, we're a very small school. I know Coach Lowery does a great job. We try to play up Yeah, we play Frankfurt. We play some 2A schools, so try to play some good 1A schools. And unfortunately, well, we were playing Coach Lowery in Waltonville until this past year because our conference, the GC, has went to where you play every conference team twice now instead of once. So that really, I basically had to trim the fat on my non-conference schedule. And so some of the ones that were farther away, we just kept ones that were pretty close to us. But we had to get rid of them. But I tried to play a pretty good schedule. But 1A basketball this year it is really right over here at Waltonville. They got to be at the top of the list, along with, you mentioned Woodlawn, Weber, Goreville, Sparta, Lawrence. I'm considering Lawrenceville in Southern Illinois, even though they're a little farther north. But you look at that, and I mentioned you guys off there. In our conference, Hardin County won our GEC tournament last night. We played them in the semi. We've played them 3 times now.
They're good. I've seen them 3 times this year at Goreville.
They are. They're very. I feel like they're flying under the radar. They don't get talked about as much to me as some of the other schools, but they're really good too. Now, they don't have a lot of size, but they got the quickness, the shooting, the defense. They play bigger than they are. They're tough. They're physical.
Who's the left-hand kid?
Massey.
Massey and Fricker, they're nice players.
Yeah, they really are. Nate Massey just scored his 1,000th point against us yesterday.
Shooter kid.
Yes.
Who's that kid? Kind of bigger kid.
Yeah, Bryson Banks.
Banks, yeah.
And Fricker and the Christian winners, Heber, a couple other seniors. They're really, really good. But golly, I mean, Waltonville and Woodlawn, Weber, that middle. I talked to Jake Talbert the other day, Wayne City's coach, and
I wouldn't want to be in that.
No, he's like, he's like, there's some, other teams that are pretty good in that conference, but when you got Waltonville, Woodlawn, and Weber in your conference,
unreal.
I mean, it's just, it is. But there are so many good 1A teams in Southern Illinois right now.
And they seem to beat up on each other.
And they do. A lot of beating up on each other. But 1A basketball, this is a very special year for 1A basketball. And a lot of that goes to the coaches too. Coach Lowery, Coach Cooper, all the coaches in the Midland Trail, and Coach Tripp at Goreville, Coach Lane at Hardin County. They all do such a good job with their programs and their teams. I mean, sure. Do they got talent? Absolutely. I mean, I think you got to have talent to succeed. But you can't just roll the ball out there, and it takes a coach to develop those players. And we have a lot of really, really good coaches in Southern Illinois. Not only 1A, Coach Weinmiller too. You could go down the list. I mean, go back. I mean, back in I'm probably the oldest one here in the room. Huge fan. My family, we'd go to the BIT every year, and you looked at that. Coach Heron, Coach Lee at McLeansboro, Coach Luchtefeld at Oakville, Coach Korn at Peeneyville, Ron Heron at Olney, Coach Chumler at Cairo.
Billy Chumler, man, was unbelievable.
And the
Cairo.
list went on and on and on of great coaches in Southern Illinois, and then you had Coach Reed at McLeansboro, Coach Wagner at Peeneyville, Coach Weinmiller at Benton, and it just continues. And now you're seeing that also filtering down to these small 1A schools. The quality of coach, even I know I'm biased, and we're a small GC, we're a smaller 1A conference, but we got a lot of quality coaches there. Jordan Johnson at NCOE, and we got a lot of really
they got
good,
some young talent coming up.
They do. They're really good too. Them and Hardin played for the championship last night. It was a good game. Coach Lawler at Gallatin County. Coach Hatton at Crab Orchard. He's done a great job this year. There's a lot of really good coaches. But
you know who we forgot in 1A? The old general, Todd Tripp.
Yeah, Coach Tripp down at Goreville. Year in and year out. That's
what's he won, like 700 games now?
Yeah, something like that. He just keeps year after year, winning. And that's our athletic director. He's from Goreville and good friends with Coach
Is
Tripp.
it Goatville or Goreville? In Benton, we get confused sometimes. Is it Goreville? Those guys are going to kill me. I know what it is.
But 1A basketball, a long-winded answer, but 1A basketball is really, really good this year. It's like the regional sectional. There's going to be teams meeting in a regional final that somebody's going to lose in a regional final.
Which subsectional do you guys go to?
We're down south, but Goreville and Hardin will probably be ranked 1 and 2 in ours. But golly, up there, Waltonville and Woodlawn and Spartan.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Somebody's going to lose in a regional that could do damage at the state tournament, and they're not going to get out of a regional.
It happened last year in 2A. So my oldest was a senior at Benton, and we kind of lucked out. We still had to beat Carterville at Hamco to win a regional. but
That one,
you looked
yeah.
at
Yeah.
the other one you had.
Yes, Pinckneyville.
It was
and
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was crazy loaded.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, you were having guys knock and play in games that were like 20-win teams.
Yeah.
Carlisle, you know, and
Carlisle, Nashville.
Carlisle,
Breeze
Nashville,
Central.
Breeze Central,
Yeah.
Columbia.
Pinckneyville, Columbia, Altoff. Yeah, I mean it was
Well, last
nuts.
year, we looked at it, me and my coaches. We were in the same regional sectional complex with Coach Lowery, Waltonville. We have been the past few years. This year, with Spartan, some of those schools going 1A,
Right.
they've bumped us in North City down to the Southern Regional, which, side note, I'm going to have to start looking at my schedule because we played a lot of the teams north.
You don't even know which regional you go to
Yeah,
yet,
so
do you?
we're right on that line, you know, because we could, where we're geographically sitting, we could go north or south. You know, Waltonville probably knows they're not going to go to the regional down with Cairo and all them. Where we're at, we might go down with Goreville and Cairo. We may go up with Waltonville and Woodlawn. We don't know year to year.
Yeah.
This year, us and North City both got bumped south, but we were looking at that last year. Last year, I think we were a 13 seed. And well, I think, would we play you guys first round of the regional? Was that last year or 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And we looked, we were a 13 seed in that regional. If we would have been in the South Regional, Cairo was the 6th seed last year, and we beat Cairo. So we figured we would have been the 5th or 6th seed in the South Regional, but we wound up in that one with 13th.
Wow.
I mean, that's how tough that regional sectional complex was. And it's not going to be any easier for those group of guys. Now you've added Sparta. I'm assuming Sparta's in yours now too, isn't
Yeah,
it?
they are.
I mean, that's Sparta too. I mean, golly, it's just, that's murderer's row up there.
Unbelievable.
So now let's kind of get into this because we got to kind of wrap it up here.
Yeah.
But talk about what this second half. I mean, we're just got done with the midwinters,
Yep.
and it's
Yeah.
really time to like start proving yourselves
Yep.
and show who you are. And you got senior night coming up.
Senior night coming up, yep.
Talk about the back half of the season.
Well, we got 7 games left in February in the regular season before postseason. We got 3 games this coming week, 3 games the next week, and then the final week before regionals, we have 1 game. So we got 7 games. You know, and I told our guys, you know, I feel like we can beat any team in our schedule and any team can beat us, but we've got an opportunity here to really go on a little run right here before the seedings for the regional and sectional. You know, right now, I said we're 2 or 3 games above 500, and I think one of the goals, I think we're sitting at 13 wins right now, and one of our kids' goals was to get to 20 wins this year. And, you know, if we win out, win all 7, we'll get there, which is doable, but I'm just looking at Crab Orchard Tuesday night. You know, that's the one that I'm looking at right now.
You just played them here recently.
Tell me
didn't you?
how many
Well,
times you
we've
played.
played them 72,000 times this year, so no.
Didn't you just play them at Frankfurt too?
This will be the 5th time we've played them.
Are you serious?
And North City and Gallatin County in our conference, they just played each other for the 5th time at the conference tournament here, Steve. We know we're going to play each other twice during the regular season. We know we're going to play each other at West Frankfurt because it's a
Yeah.
round robin at the midwinter,
Right.
which that's changing next year. It will not be a round robin. But it just worked out. Jake Talbert does a great job at Wayne City of trying to keep us separated. But we wound up having to play them there in the final game of the Wayne City Holiday Tournament. And then we wound up having to play each other at the conference tournament. So this will be, Tuesday night will be our 5th time playing Coach Hatton at Crab. So,
Is he still huge?
yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Wasn't he a pro wrestler?
Yeah, he
Wasn't
is.
He a pro wrestler? Is he still a pro wrestler?
He's got a great, he can tell you some great stories. He's still, if you're into the WWE, so he's still really good friends with a lot of the people in the WWE. Actually, he come into Thompsonville the other night, and he was on his phone when he come in, and he said something. He's like,
Sorry, I'm talking Roman Reigns.
yeah, no, it was a guy. His name's he said he was a general manager of Raw, Adam something or another. But anyway,
sure.
He's like, this is Adam, and he had him up there on the phone. He was talking to him as he coming. Yeah, but he's still got great stories from when his time in the WWE. Yeah, I always joke with him. I was like, don't get mad at me during the games, all right? Because he's still he's great, big ripped. He's done a great job down there at Crab. They lost a lot off last year's team, but he's done a great job with this group of boys that he has this year. But anyway, yeah, regional's coming up in about 4 weeks. So, but looking forward to this. And we tell our guys, you know, Thanksgiving, like we're at the Christopher tournament Thanksgiving. I tell the guys, sure, we want to win, but we are building towards February. That's what we're building towards. because that's what counts, is their regional sectionals. Everybody's 0-0. It don't matter what you did in the regular season.
Beauty of basketball different than football, man.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, everybody's got a shot.
Of course, now in football in Illinois, you can win 3 games next year and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It drives me
But that's
nuts.
everybody in basketball's got a shot. So, but we're looking forward to it. I mean, we feel like we can be competitive with a lot of teams, and we feel like we can really make a run here. We may lose every game this month, but we feel like we got a chance to be really competitive and do some things. So, but anyway, looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on and making the trip over here.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I've watched most of your podcast, and they've been great. You guys do a great job with them, and I appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk a little basketball and a little about my salvation and about my affiliation with FCA. Thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of it.
Appreciate it. On Sunday, we have to do that. No, it was good, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Great.
Russ said he wanted to have you come on and talk about FCA and stuff, and obviously I knew you were a basketball coach, and that's why we do it, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. I greatly appreciate. Yeah, one of Russ's friends, one of my former players, Skylar Lindhorst, great young man that played for me for 4 years there at Thompsonville, and so, but great to come on and be a part of it.
Former Aiken Bulldog, wasn't he?
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah. I've had a lot of success with former Aiken Bulldogs there at Thompsonville, so yeah.
We like him to come to Benton sometimes, too,
Yeah. But no, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, we'll move on to our last segment and get going.
Sounds good. You just say okay and move on. All right. Well, here we go.
All right, welcome to our final segment today. It's with 2 Carterville guys. We had Coach Hawk and his son a couple weeks ago, and then now we have Zach Snow, who won our Player of the Week, our 3rd Player of the Week, and Maddox Gulley alongside. Just introduce introduce yourselves and everything, and talk about how your season's going.
All right, we'll start it. My name is Maddox Gulley, point guard for the Carterville Lions. Season so far, this has been a blast. I mean, anyone who asks us about it, first thing I always say is it's like a brotherhood. I mean, like everyone on our team, like we've been playing Bears since we were super young. I mean, it's just been a blast this year. We've been really good this year because we play so together, and it's been a blast so far this year.
Zach Snow, guard, junior for Carterville. Like you said, it's a brotherhood, it's family, and I mean, we all know our role, and we all know how we play together, and so yeah.
You play 1 through 5 sometimes. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen you play some guard some bigger guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you got switched on to Kimion, I think, a couple times against Murfreesboro. I mean, what talk about the team aspect. I mean, you guys have so many different weapons. I mean, we talked about that with the other guys. I mean, it's just such a deep team, I would say, and you guys are also very young at the same time. What's it kind of mean to be a part of that team?
I mean, we have 5 guys that can go for 20 any night. I mean, seriously. I mean, all tournament teams, we've had 4 guys get it, and then the one guy that didn't so far is Max. I mean, and he hit about 87 threes against Pinckneyville. I mean, not literally, guys, but we just we play so together. We don't have anyone out there hunting shots. We move the ball super well, and that's one thing
Really
that
well.
anyone watches this, that's the first thing they say is Carterville moves the ball really well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Zach, I noticed, obviously you're a junior, but I was watching that night, and I don't know, for whatever reason, someone said, they said, hey, you need to pay attention to the Murfreesboro-Carterville game. You've had some big games in your life. Was that one of the biggest?
Yeah, that might have. I can walk you through that exact play. We drew it up actually for Colton to come off that screen, and he was either supposed to hit the 3 or drive in and go for the 2. And once he drove, it was Miles that was guarding me. He helped over, and I was open, and he saw me, and I was like, all right, here we go. And I get it, and I shoot it, and happy that it went in. So
How many points did you have against Murphy?
Murphy.
About 50.
I know he went nuts. That fourth
Yeah.
quarter, you guys went crazy.
Yeah, I might have had like 17 maybe.
Yeah, but you went nuts. That game, you guys are down double digits. It's on the road.
Rivalry.
It's a rivalry.
Cash was not missing.
He's a
on
player,
fire.
man.
He's a good
Yes.
good player.
He is. It just seemed like you guys turned up, and I know Coach Hawkins is all over you guys. I can hear him barking from the view I'm watching from Dave McKenzie and he was just on the show with us a few weeks. Yeah, John Holman. They're broadcasting the game, and I'm watching the broadcast, and I can hear Hawk getting after you guys. It just seemed like you guys, your intensity went up on defense. Mm-hmm. They start turning over some. You make a layup. You make it through. I mean, it just seems like everything started going in.
Mm-hmm. 25-10. I think we just started like we didn't have any worries. I mean, we were pressuring on defense. We were gambling. We didn't have anything to lose. I mean, crap, we were down like 10 with like 2 minutes left. So
that timeout, he told us something, and I forgot, but he's told us something, and after that timeout, we broke, and that's when it just hit us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said something about like it's like do or die. I mean, that's basically what he said. It's like
Yeah.
you're playing for nothing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Is it nice having Colton with you guys too? I mean, he looks like a man.
Yeah.
grown man.
I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know if he's 18, how old he is, but I'm like, the first time I saw him this year from last year, because sometimes my son would have to guard him in the past, and Trey's about 170, 175. I was like, Colton looks like, and like muscle, looks like he's about 200 pounds, man.
Him and his dad were off season. I mean, of course, he was injured.
Right.
Like they said, but I mean, he was still in the weight room, so that really helped him and helped us out a lot. So
It's nice having him because I mean he's been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
He's been 3-year starter now, all South, however many times I don't know. But like last night when we were recording this, we played Benton. We gave him the ball down the stretch. We trust him over anyone else. I mean we trust him to make the right decision. It's nice to have that.
it's because like he probably knows the game more than anybody else on that floor. So,
And no
just
matter
like
who
his
we're playing.
dad.
Mm-hmm.
So
How does that affect you guys? I mean, for you had to step in a big role last year when Drew and he got hurt. And how does it affect you guys to have Colton? I mean, how does that help you guys develop your game?
I think it helps us learn how to play off the ball a lot because Colton is obviously he's got the craziest gravity when he has the ball, but his vision is unreal. I mean, he will find you if you're open, he's throwing it.
especially the pass at 90 miles per hour.
90 miles an hour. You may not catch it, but you're open and he's throwing it. It's really nice. We're like guys like Harper and Max. They've learned how to cut really well. Zach too. I mean, we learned how to play off the ball and play in space. Just
We know how to
Colton's-
find each other.
Yeah, just
Very
because
well.
Colton's got that gravity.
You guys move the ball very, very well. Obviously, I saw it firsthand last night in the game. How much of that, you said you guys have played, Bears together for years. The Lessenberger twins, were they a year younger than you guys? Mm-hmm. Obviously, Colton's a year older than you guys. I know when we interviewed Colton just a few weeks ago, he talked about how much he's having fun with this younger group. It's made it easier for him. How important is it all you guys, we just talked to guys, we just talked to Witten who goes to a school of 94 kids, do you guys get along, run around together, you buddies?
Oh yeah, all of us. And like I said, like Bears and stuff, we've grown up playing basketball together. We know how we all play, and even outside of basketball, we're all best friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best part about this team.
Yeah, like last night after the game, even though we lost, some of us boys still went out to eat.
Yeah.
So the bond's still there.
I think the good teams have to have that. Mm-hmm. I've always heard guys talk about, I watched the thing one time where I don't need to, I don't know what's going on. There's no telling. One of my buddies, probably my dad, probably hit the wrong button knowing him. No, I've always heard guys talk about these big schools, like, who's the school you just watched last night? I don't want to say their name wrong. Principia plays Mount Vernon. I know Principia's got, who's the kid?
Quentin Coleman,
Yeah, I mean, he's unbelievable. Is he a 4-star, 5-star?
4-star.
Yeah, he's going to Wake Forest, right? Give me the next Chris Paul. I don't know. But these big schools, I'll give you guys an example. On the road games for Benton, I keep the book. Home games, it's a different guy because he's done it forever. But road games, Coach Weimler, I do the book. So 2 years ago, we're at the state tournament, and I sit down, and we're getting ready to play for the state championship. And Chicago Phillips, we're getting ready to play, and the lady's keeping the book next to me. So I was, hi, blah, blah. She literally tells me that 7 of those kids weren't even at that school last year. Of their roster of like 12. It's just you guys grew up together. I think there's something to be said. It's hard just to throw a bunch of guys together and, you're going to go win. Mm-hmm. There's lots of great athletes and basketball players. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're talented basketball players, but having that chemistry of playing together for 10 years, I mean, it's like we know when Harper's going to cut or when Max is popping out and catch and shoot a three or when Zach's running down to throw him for a layup. It's like having that extra bit of chemistry, it makes a world of difference.
And that's the thing about it. Like, our team can run. Like, that's the good thing about us.
You guys have had to win all different types of games this year, and I was looking back through some of your scores and stuff. You obviously start the season, you win I don't want to say the wrong name, but the Pioneer. Is it the Pioneer Tournament?
Yeah.
Trico. Obviously Coach Hawk started, coach at Trico. Then you guys win, at Christmas time, you win the EHT. Talk about kind of winning those first couple tournaments.
Honestly, going into that Trico tournament, this was our first time ever winning it. It's almost like we thought we had like a curse on us, but we just
I didn't know that. It was your first time to win it.
Yeah, I mean, because
Did you know
years,
that?
years prior, it was
I heard
like
about it.
it was like combined with like a Murphy tournament, and so, but like even the last couple of years where it's just the Trico tournament, we always fall short and lose. We always come out super disappointed, but we just wanted to get in there and make a statement because we knew we had a chance to be really good this year.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, El Dorado, everyone wants to win that tournament.
It's a great tournament.
That is the best time
It
of the
is.
year. I mean,
I'm glad we're going back. Benton's
Oh,
going back. We've been in Pinckneyville forever. We're going back next year.
place in Edwards County, I think.
Yes.
They gave us a tough game this year, but I mean, there's no better time than the HT. I mean, championship game. There's 5,000 people in there. You can hardly breathe. I mean,
It's good.
It's
good
my favorite
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah.
And what's it mean to you guys? Because you guys won Trico for the first time, and then you won El Dorado for the first time. What's that mean to be a part of that and do those things for Coach Hawk and the community of Carterville?
Got it.
Really, all I gotta say is it felt really cool to be a part of a team like that, to win it, and for the community, and for them to remember who did it, and so.
I think it helps more that it's with this group of guys. I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about this on the way up here. Winning all this is fun, and winning a ton of games is fun, but doing it with your best friends is even better.
Yeah.
And that's stuff you're going to remember for the rest of your life. We may not remember a random Tuesday night game in December 30 years from now, but we're sitting around campfire and lawn chairs. We're going to be talking, wow, our junior years, we had so much fun playing with this group of guys. I think that's what matters the most.
Just like that last dude said about you three talking about.
Yeah.
Just be like us later on in life.
No, it's fun. I mean, that's the part about being from Southern Illinois I love. Russ is the age of Trey. I have a son that's a freshman in college, and I always said I lived all over the country for years after I got out of SIU, and my wife and I are both from Benton. We came back, and that's the thing. Like sports down here, we didn't have pro teams around us. Not that we. SIU was kind of our pro team. I know you had the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm a Cardinal baseball fan, and there for a while you had the Rams and stuff. But Southern Illinois sports, they're like the mecca to people. People are. I grew up with a gym. I live in a town of 7,000. I grew up with a gym that used to seat 4,000 people, and I grew up in a town of 7,000. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up in a town of 300,000 with a gym that seats 4,000. It's just. It's so cool. You guys have an amazing gym. You have an amazing football field. You have amazing baseball. All your facilities are fantastic over there. That's the thing about Southern Illinois that's so cool is all these communities, everybody's so tight-knit. Like if Benton, if we don't make it so far this year, whatever level we get to, we're rooting for Carterville. If we're rooting for Waltonville, we're rooting for Goreville, we're rooting for Centralia. You get to the major big areas, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They're not worried about if this school, they probably don't even know who school's playing,
Yeah, like the year you guys went to state, got second in state, you guys beat us like 2 or 3 times that year, but I'm still rooting y'all on because it's like the pride of Southern Illinois.
For sure.
As cliche as it sounds, it's the truth. You root for the people around here because sports is everything down here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Zach, let me ask you this. How was it last night? Obviously, you both played in that game. BIT championship. You didn't win your third title, but you got second. But you said something I thought interesting. Both of you talked about it. You take something from a game like that. It was a great game. Someone had to lose.
Yeah, like I said, no, we both can't win, and one of us got to win. And going to overtime in a game like that, it was pretty awesome. And yeah.
Like I said,
Have you recovered? You seemed ticked last night.
I think I've
That
recovered
one
pretty
foul,
well.
you might have did one of these.
But yeah. I don't even know what you're talking about, but that sounds like me. But yeah, it's the host team. Like you said, packed gym means everything. I mean,
Yeah.
you can take something from that. We're going to learn. Some of us got to learn we got to take care of the ball better. But
It happens. You're a point guard. You got the ball a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying we'll learn from this. We're not devastated. We'll be
doubt.
fine.
Yeah.
Conference is right there, man. You guys are.
Yeah,
I know
no,
Russ
it
was
is.
going to ask about it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I know. Whenever we talked to Coach Hawkins, he said, and Dave McKenzie, he said you guys only played 3 home games up to this point, right? And now on the back half of the conference, you have a chance to run it and really clinch it and win it for your guys' selves. And you guys started with beating Heron, and then
Big rivalry.
you guys
huge
got to go.
rivalry.
What's it mean that you guys can go back and run the conference with it being all the games at home besides Harrisburg?
Yeah.
And so,
Wow.
what's it mean to be back at home and play in front of the home crowd?
Playing at home in front of the home crowd, it feels amazing, and the atmosphere. And I feel like every time we keep winning at home, we bring more fans the next time, and that's the thing that I love. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the first way around was tough. We lost to Massac at Massac, and that's just a notoriously hard place to play. And like Zach said,
bad night for me.
Yeah, bad night for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Zach said, we keep winning at home, bring more people. It's just a tougher atmosphere for all these away conference teams. It's going to be a tough round for the rest of the conference.
Carterville's a sports town, man.
Yeah, we are. I mean, and like this year, we keep winning. We're bringing a lot of people to these home games now.
Yeah.
Which years prior, maybe not as much, but it's been a blast this year.
Yeah. It's been fun.
So now, we talked to Coach Hawkins about this team, just like the makeup of the team. He talked a lot about the defense. I know you guys. There's been a couple games where you guys let up points, but what's it defensively about what's kind of defense that you guys run that kind of turns into offense? Because whenever I watched you guys against Peeneyville, I mean you guys had 72 points, and a lot of that was defense into offense. What's that mean to you guys that you can guys easily flip a switch like that?
Well, definitely, I think, and what some of our coaches think, from last year to this year, we have played better defense, and I just think that our team is like good at defense, and I mean, and then that just relates to our offense, and we have kids that can score, and then we also have kids that can play defense. So
We got some savvy kids like Max. Max is a great defender. Max is a really good on-ball defender. He gets a lot of steals. He gets in the passing lanes. I mean, I get in the passing lanes. Colton averages about 18 deflections a game. It's like I feel like we're all super smart basketball players, so we know when the right time is to make the play on defense.
I know what that defense is. I didn't want to say it on air, but I know what that defense is. Hawkins played at Pinckneyville, who played for Dick Korn. You guys are good about putting your hands on guys and playing good defense.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys play a very aggressive defense, and it shows. You get a lot of steals. No, that's good. I mean, you have to play. If you're going to be in our conference, whatever side you're on, and be a good 2A school and have to play the likes of a Pinckneyville, Nashville, different teams in our area, Murfreesboro, Benton, you have to play aggressive defense. If you sit back on your heels, you're going to get beat.
yeah,
Yeah, like Pinckneyville's been running run and jump since the 70s.
Yes.
I mean, we try to run a form of that, and honestly, that's the way you have to play it. Like you said, I mean, you sit back, you let guys get into their offense, you're in a tough spot.
Russ, keep asking, buddy. You're firing away at these guys.
I don't know what's this is something a little bit more. I mean, we talked about the Midland Trail earlier with the Waltonville guys, but talk about the River to River, because I mean, River to River is like what I grew up watching. I mean, I've seen both sides, the Ohio and the Mississippi now. What's it mean to be a part of that River to River conference, playing Murfreesboro, who's become a kind of a bigger rival, Heron, who's obviously, would you say that's your biggest rival, or?
Recent years, I'd say it's Murphy.
yeah,
Murphy?
same.
Why is that? Why has it become such a...
I mean, football. The football games are huge, and then obviously like we said at basketball Adams this year. I mean, it's just close games.
Close games build rivalries.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, obviously we're county rivals with Heron, but I don't know.
I think Murphy's better rival. than
Yeah.
Heron.
Heron's been down a little bit in basketball.
This year maybe a little bit, but I mean, years prior they've been tough.
No, I mean, they've had some
Yeah.
unbelievable teams,
Yeah.
but they just seem like they haven't been as high as they had been.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, they'll be back though. It's
Oh, I mean, Gwaltney's a player. You got Big Falconberry,
Falconberry.
and he's like a man. And
grown man. Yeah,
grown man. He's your guy's age, isn't he? A junior?
Yeah, it's not fun. I've been wearing shoulders from him since the 6th grade. So
Gwaltney's a sophomore. And then they, who else do they have? It's I think it was just tough for them because Lucan's graduated. My God, he was unbelievable. I mean, Kyrie's Lucan's was a
score.
tremendous player.
he's
Good ball player.
getting some burn too for John A this year.
Yeah.
He's showing out.
But our conference, both sides, whether it's the Ohio or the Mississippi, it always throws me off because my sophomore year is when we went into the Ohio division. Shows how old I am. It's really weird for me to be Mississippi. We were Ohio from '94 to 2024 or something. But every night in the river, you and not to beat a dead horse, but I mean, Massac didn't have a very good record, and that's a conference game, and you lost. You got to bring your A game every night in the river.
100%. You got to be. It's a physical conference.
Yes.
Like you said, conference games just have a different atmosphere with them. Whether that's college, whether that's high school. I mean, it's completely different. Massac came in and they were tougher than us, and they got the best of us. It's just if you're not on your A game, anyone can beat you at any night.
Yeah. Like, the records don't really matter. It's just the way, like, how you play that night, I mean, determines it.
We talked about this with Witten, Devor, just a little while ago from Waltonville. Is on the list of things when the season starts, conference title, is that pretty high up there? Is that something you guys want?
Yes, we won it about 2 years ago. Last year we fell short. It's being able to say that you won the river. It's a tough conference.
For sure it is.
It's pretty big bragging rights there. It's definitely at the top of the bulletin board.
How talk about the bulletin board, talk about playing for Coach Hawkins, just the intensity level. I mean, how is he in practice?
I mean, it just depends what practice you walk into. I mean, at all times you're held to a standard. It's you're going to guard the ball. You're going to be the best player you possibly can be every possession. It's intense.
I mean, like, we can have some fun and still get better. And that's the thing I like about Coach Hawk is he lets us have fun, but we're still getting better. So
He's a funny guy.
Funny guy, yeah.
Hilarious guy. But yeah, at all times, I mean, you're getting better. You're the best player you possibly can be.
Zach, I saw your shirt, Elevation Worship.
Yeah.
This is Balling for God. The show, Russ started this several years. Well, I said several years ago. How many years ago?
2023.
2023, spring of 23. Elevation Worship. Is that you've seen them before?
Yeah, I seen him in St. Louis like months ago. I was on the floor like three rows back. It was pretty awesome. Went to church today. It's pretty good.
That's good stuff. Did you go to church in Carterville or?
No, I go to you know where Purpose House is.
Yeah.
Go there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah, so I don't know if you would want to share, but like, if you would, where to kind of start for you, like in your relationship?
Well, I didn't really start like. I mean, I always went to church, but not really knowing like what is God and everything. And then as I'm growing up, I start like getting to know it, reading the Bible and stuff. And then I got baptized when I was little, but not understanding it. And then just like maybe this past year or a couple months ago, I got rebaptized
That's awesome.
and actually knew what my faith was going into and giving my faith to God. And so, yeah.
Gosh. That makes me happy, man. I like to hear that stuff. Maddox?
I didn't grow up in a church, and the last year or so, I needed something to lean on. I started going to church a little bit more, started picking up a Bible, and it was new to me. But I've been recently. It's again praying before games, praying after games, at night before I eat. It's just something to lean on, something to be my rock. And it's really helped me in the last year, honestly. I'm a completely different person now than I was just a year ago.
I mean, Coach Hawk, it's big to them too. I know Shane and Colton and everything, and the family. I mean, they talked about it when they were on the show that it helps to have a coach that's a believer also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean every game, locker room pregame, it's a prayer circle. Mm-hmm. We're all arms around each other, and it's really something special. It's one thing I really love about Carterville.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. This season will be gone before you know it, guys. I mean, talking from an old man. I mean, I think back last year. I remember my oldest one's a freshman in college, and I thought, man, high school it'll be. It's like, I mean, you're the same age,
Yeah.
and enjoy it. Talking from an old guy over here. I'm 47, going to be 48 here in a few months. Enjoy getting to play basketball. Enjoy having fun, and it's something you'll remember. Like we were talking, Coach Smith and Coach Lowery and I were talking. He's 86, 96, 06. Those are the memories you'll remember way more than anything else, man. All those hard practices and tough stuff like that. It's the brotherhood, the brotherhood of playing against guys. You guys know from like AAU basketball and Bears and things, but even all these kids you've grown up with in Carterville, that's the part that it'll last more than anything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, just having a group like this, man, it's something special.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's awesome winning games, but just having such a great group of guys to spend it with.
And Zach, how did you get so many people to vote for you the week that you won Player of the Week? Did you mass text people and say, "Hey, get out and vote, man"?
That I have no clue. I have no clue.
If that was going on when I was in school, I'd been like every phone I could. Hey, just hit that button.
I have no clue how I got that many votes.
Have you guys ever seen the show before? Have you guys ever?
I actually watched the whole thing of Coach Hawks and Colton's and the people that were before that.
Who'd we have on with Hawk?
Kinsman's.
The Kinsman twins. Oh my gosh. AJ Kinsman, 2-time state champ shot put. He's an animal.
All-state football, too.
All-state football, too, yeah. You guys play baseball, Carterville?
I do.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
You track or anything or what do you do in the spring?
Nothing this spring.
Just work out for basketball?
Yep, straight basketball.
You play anything in the fall?
Straight basketball.
Okay.
I'm a simple man.
I'll shut up. Straight basketball.
Yeah.
Hey, we just talked about earlier, basketball's a full-time job.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
it is.
Zach, your baseball, basketball?
Yeah.
Move to Benton, we'll make you a running back.
Football next year.
Yeah.
Huh?
Football maybe next year.
I'm sure they're all over you to try to get you to play football.
Yeah.
Who's football coach?
Dial.
Oh yeah, Coach Dial. I just saw him last night. Yeah,
It's on
Coach.
Kerry Martin's podcast recently.
Coach Kerry Martin. I mean, you talk about a legend right there. I mean, there's state title Carterville Lions right there. Coach Dial's a great coach, though. I mean, you guys have got. I mean, I said that earlier. The sports at Carterville is unbelievable.
It's stacked, baby.
I mean, your girls' sports. I mean, my gosh.
Softball's insane.
Softball's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Football's good every year. Basketball's good every year. Baseball's good every year. I hated playing Carterville baseball back when you had old Bobby Jaxson. My God, man. Bobby J. He's related to the Barringtons.
Yeah.
He's who's coach now? Who's Carterville's back?
Reed Cure?
Oh yeah, Curie. Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's kept on the tradition. You guys are always good in baseball.
Yeah.
Always good. Do you play? I know you play travel. Do you play travel baseball too?
Yeah.
Yeah. That keeps you busy.
Yeah.
Russ, there's pizza over there.
Pizza. Joe's Pizza and Pasta.
Joe's Pizza and Pasta right here. We've had fun. Guys, I know you're busy. We appreciate you coming on, man. I know you had to wait around a little bit today because we get long-winded, but it means a lot to Russ and to me to have you guys. I know you're busy. I know you got 5 million things going on. It means a lot for you guys to drive down and come on with us.
I appreciate it, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, this
Awesome.
is awesome. Like coming on this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Glad to do it.
Yeah, it's I really appreciate it, and I like just getting to hear everybody's stories, and because
Yes.
I think we had an equal median here today. I mean, we had a guy from '86, he graduated in '86. We had a guy that graduated in 2006. Then we got a couple current high schoolers right now. I think it's just good to hear from all levels, all different aspects, coaches, players, referees, everything. So we appreciate you guys coming on, and wish you guys best of luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Welcome to the Ball and Forgot podcast. This is episode 11. We've done a live show. This is episode 11. We're in Joe's Pizza and Pasta.
We're in Joe's Pizza and Pasta. Hey, the snow really threw a kink in things. We had to get creative. So I said, hey, Russ, let's get a hold of Grady Furlow, one of our big sponsors of the show. And right now it's been tough for us with all the snow, 44 inches of snow to get to the Wren Lake cabins in the woods or to get to the hostage room where we do the show. So we just made a call and look where we're at. We're at Joe's Pizza and Pasta.
Yeah, we had some pizza today.
We had a lot of pizza.
Yep. And three segments, four total good guests, and talked a lot about basketball, talked about God. I don't know, it's had some small schools. We had Carterville in here. We had Waltonville, Thompsonville. All were featured.
It was fun. A lot of fun. This is the
Big on
outro,
Trail.
right?
Midland Trail.
Is this the outro?
Yeah. Midland Trail, GC.
It was fun. Yeah, we talked about the Midland Trail, talked about the GC, talked about the River to River, threw in some Black Diamond, talked about the South 7. We talked about a lot of stuff today. Coach Lowery, Coach Smith. That was a lot of fun talking to those guys. And then and Witten, Devor, and Zach Snow, and Maddox Gulley. We had a lot of fun. It was one of the funnest shows we've done, man.
Yeah, and we got to recognize 2 of our Player of the Weeks, Witten Devor and Max Gulley.
Zach Snow.
Zach Snow. I don't know why I blanked on
I don't know why I did that.
Witten
It happens.
Devor and
We've been here for 9 hours, so I mean it's been fun.
Yeah, and you can tell by it's a little dark outside.
It's not dark when we start the show.
Witten Devor and Zach Snow, we got to recognize them for winning week 2 and week 3. Got them their Player of the Week shirt, got them their gift card. Eventually, we're going to have Gage Peterson on here soon and get him his stuff and recognize him. And then turn around and on Tuesday, which the votes will already be in, and we'll have our Player of the Week. But we'll be recognizing some guys again here soon as they had some guys had some pretty stellar weeks. I know Drake Porter's going to be one of those guys that were in the running for it. I mean, there's multiple guys that are probably going to be in the running for it.
There's going to be a lot of guys running for the Joe's Pizza and Pasta Player of the Week. We say it every week. I missed not having a show last week. We couldn't help it with the snow. But it's funny we're talking about snow when we had Zach Snow on this week. It's kind of interesting.
And I told him, whenever I posted his Player of the Week, I said snow flurries in a win versus Murfreesboro. I think that was the caption for it.
I had a lot of fun with these guys this week. All the guys, from the coaches to the players. We say it every week, and I can't say it enough. I love Southern Illinois. I love getting the chance to talk about sports on here, talking about the Lord. I couldn't ask for a better time than I get to have with you guys. It's a lot of fun, man. We got to make sure though in the outro though that we do our verse of the week.
We got to do our verse of the week.
Did you forget?
We got it right here.
Come on in. Someone's knocking on the door. Not for sure who knocked on the door.
I don't know.
Maybe it was the Holy Spirit. Maybe it's the Holy Spirit.
Let's get back to our verse of the week.
Let's get back to our verse on Instagram.
Shots by Caden posted some pictures from yesterday's game. Let's get over here though. It's from here, Matthew 28:19.
Nice.
18 through 19. It's and White Sanders is calling.
We're taking his call right now.
And Jesus came and said to them, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and of the Holy Spirit." Matthew 28, verses 18 through 19.
It's the Great Commission. It's the last thing that Jesus said.
Yeah, I know I posted that.
No, that's the basis of Christianity right there. That is the basis. That's the fundamental of what Jesus Christ told us to do.
Yes, and I know I posted that a while back, maybe about a year ago, but we got to post it again.
You can post it every week, Russ. That's awesome. Seriously,
it's not in Psalms anymore.
We got out of Psalms, got out of David's book.
We might be.
We got out of David's book. Now we're in Matthew. Oh, Matt.
Song of Solomon.
Song of Solomon. That's his son. It's David's son.
We gonna post a Song of Solomon verse though?
Sure, if you'd want, that'd be great. I'm okay with it. Or post whatever you want, buddy. It's your show. It's your platform, Russ.
Have you read Song of Solomon?
I have. I figured you were trying to go somewhere with this. I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't get nervous on the podcast, but sure, you can post something if you'd like.
Well, I mean, that just kind of encapsulates.
Are we getting you and Doc Young a date also?
Maybe.
All right, good. We're working on that.
SIU women are wild, so I don't know if I.
Women are wild, he said. Doc. Hey, Doc's back. He's been gone for 6 hours today. Thank goodness he showed up finally. He had to go.
Got the battery fixed.
Got a battery fixed, and he was gone for 6 hours.
Or 7.
No, I'm not doing that. What's that little symbol to do 6 or 7? No, there's some little hand signature.
I don't know. Gage Peterson was sent to me the other day, and I didn't understand.
I can't do it either. I saw you sent that picture to me. I didn't know what it meant. No, it was a good show today, though, man. It was awesome. We had the Waltonville connection, and with Coach Lowery and Witten Devor, really good guy. It was fun talking to him. Had a lot.
It's so easy to interview him after games. He's probably. I got a few guys that are up there, and Coach Weinmiller, I mean, obviously I had class with him. He's probably one of the easiest interviews. Coach Lowery is probably one of the easiest interviews I have after games, for sure.
Excuse me. I can tell he gets it. Man. Just listening to him talk, I can see why he's successful. I really can.
Well, we appreciate you guys sticking around to listen to this all because it was a fun episode, like we said, and we hope to be back here, and we'll be hopefully back in the hostage room.
Hopefully we'll be back in the hostage room soon, man. I'm just thankful we got to do a show. I was sad last week. I had a bunch of guys text me, say, "Hey, what's going on?" You know, Jeremy Keith's always wondering where's the show, where's the new show, and ran into Jim Ward. Jim Ward, a former Benton Ranger, great, has his picture on the wall for football. Was a coach at Benton. He said, "Hey, man, you guys doing another show soon?" I saw him at La Fiesta, but a lot of people like what you got going, Russ, and I enjoy being on here with you. We have a lot of fun. I was told I wear a Carhartt all the time, so I put the vest back on because earlier I was just in the black, whatever this thing is called, so I'm just thankful to have this vest on now.
Yeah, and so we'll see you guys next week as it'll be episode 12.
Did we skip anything on the outro?
I think we covered all the bases. We told people about Player of the Week and told people about the Verse of the Week.
We haven't done trivia yet?
We do that for the intro.
I know we do. See you next week. We're out.